amabile, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero, sempre un amabile, leggiadro viso, in pianto in riso e menzognero. La donna è mobil, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero, e di pensiero, e di pensiero.
Welcome to the Whatever Dating Talk podcast. Thank you for tuning in tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. We are coming to you live from Santa Barbara, California, every Sunday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm your host, Brian Atlas. I'm joined by my co-host, Kiki. She's a bit shy. Few quick announcements before the show begins. This podcast is viewer-supported, heavy YouTube, demonetization, all that. So make nearly nothing from ad revenue. So please consider donating through Streamlabs. Link is below, or sending a super chat, but YouTube does take a 30% cut. All donations and super chats will be displayed in Stream Overlay. All super chats $50 and up will be read answered. 100 and up triggers TTS, text to speech. Other triggers, we got air horn, fireworks, mute a microphone for 7 minutes. That's a new one. In case someone's particularly getting on your nerve, and making me put on a World War I uniform. So all that's in the description. Now, if you don't want YouTube to take that 30% cut, you can donate through Streamlabs at a discounted rate. Link for that is in the description, and we'll treat it the exact same as a super chat, exact same triggers. For example, if you super chat $100, YouTube takes 30. If you donate 100 through Streamlabs, they only take 3. With the super chats, donations, TTS, please keep it respectful, gentlemen. Playful roasting is okay, but if you just outright insult the girls, we may not show or read it. We also have channel memberships. To become a channel member, hit that join button below. You get a cool badge next to your name in chat. We have 6 different tiers of support, ton of perks. Shout out anyone who joins or gifts memberships. Lowest tier is just $5 a month. You can also gift memberships. And if you bring it back to tier 4, Carson. Yeah, so you can submit a question for a show. Tier 5, next one, Carson. Yeah, tier 5, submit a video for a show. And tier 6, you can call into a show. And by the way, we were just 20 memberships away from unlocking our next emoji slot if any Chads in the chat want a gift. We're also live on Twitch right now. Do me a favor, guys. Pull up another tab. Go to twitch.tv/whatever. Drop us a follow and a Prime sub if you have one. Follow us on Instagram @whatever. Any girls who want to be on the show, DM @whatever on Instagram. Follow me on IG, BD_Atlas. Oh, butchered that one. Sorry, guys. I'm tongue-tied. English is my second language. Follow me on IG, BD_Atlas. Women under 5 feet, my DMs are open. Okay. By the way, shout out to everyone on Twitter and elsewhere who's been sharing all our clips recently. Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, Tim Pool, Hodge Twins, Brett Cooper, Jedediah, Clown World. I think you reacted to one of our videos also. And I also want to take a moment to thank some of our regular supporters, Bryce Cheeks, Alvin Sam, Martin, Zentians, Davon Jackson, Mike Davis, and Derek Man X. Really appreciate your guys' support. Yo, Pickle, thank you for the sub on Twitch. And but yeah, thank you so much for all the support recently. It's been honestly unimaginable. Like, you guys have been awesome, so thank you. If you guys can't catch the full shows, we have a clips channel. Link for that is in the description. Go subscribe. Anyways, without further ado, after that thoroughly windy and, well, long-winded introduction, we're going to have the guests introduce themselves. So please tell us your name, age, and occupation. Go ahead.
Sure. I'm Amala Ekpunobi. I'm 22, and my occupation is a podcaster. I'm a right-of-center politics, culture, current events commentator.
My name's Anaya. I'm 19, and I am unemployed.
My name is Morgan Lux. I will be 27 next month. I do social media and OnlyFans for a living, but I also consult businesses and clients on how to grow their social media organically as well.
My name is Maddie. I'm 19, and I study environmental studies at UC Santa Barbara.
I'm Victoria. I'm 20. I study Minerva University. I study finance.
I'm Natasha. I'm 20, and I'm a content creator.
Okay. And what's the, do you have a name for your podcast, right?
Sure, yeah. Unapologetic Live. You can find it anywhere.
You can find it where?
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anywhere,
Okay.
on all podcast platforms.
Okay, cool. Yeah, be sure to check that out, guys. So we're going to go around the table once more. Current relationship status, so single, situationship, relationship, and your longest relationship. Go ahead.
I'm in a relationship currently, and my longest relationship was 3 years.
Okay.
I am unavailable, and my longest relationship was 4 years.
You're unavailable. So situationship, is it Nathan? Exposed.
Yes.
Okay. So are you guys monogamous?
We're talking, so
Okay.
we're just involved with each other emotionally.
Haram!
Are you exclusively talking?
No.
Okay. Is he seeing other girls?
He has not, but he is allowed to.
Oh, he's allowed to.
Yeah,
Allowed
like
by
he's-
who?
Like, he's able to. Like,
Okay.
I have no issue.
Are you seeing other guys?
No.
Just him?
Just him, if he wanted to, but he's not at the moment.
Okay. What about you?
I'm engaged. My longest
Ooh.
relationship is, well, my current one, which is a little over 4 years.
Okay. How long have you been engaged?
About a year.
About a year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you guys have a date yet for the marriage or?
The only reason why we do not, our house has flooded the past 4 times in the past 12 months. So a lot has been happening, and we're trying to just figure out life, but we feel like we're already married, so we might just elope eventually. We're just, when the timing's right, the timing's right. We're not rushing it. We're just trying to get things settled, I guess. Yeah.
And so you do OnlyFans.
Mhm.
Is he involved in the production of your OnlyFans?
Yes.
Like, is he in it? Does he take photos?
He helps me film. He's in some of my videos without his face. He also helps me like manage it and whatnot as well. He knows everything. Like, we're very open about the whole thing. But if I film that kind of stuff, it's only with him.
Okay, so you do BG.
Yeah.
With him.
Yep.
Okay, got it. So do you guys share the earnings, or how's that work?
We feel like I said, we feel like we're already married. So all the income we both make is mutual income.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I'm single, and my longest relationship was about a year.
Okay.
I'm single. I don't think I've been like legal relationship per se.
Okay. You've never had a relationship?
I don't, how to say this. I've been dating the same guy for like 3 months, let's say, but we didn't have a conversation about whether that's a relationship.
You're currently seeing a guy?
No, I'm not seeing anybody.
Okay. But the longest period of time, you were seeing a guy for 3 months, but it never...
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, just one thing. Just because we scuffed the camera angles for you, here, I need you to kind of like, when we're over here on this camera, if you can be like kind of leaned back.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
Do you see what
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I should have mentioned that before the show. It slipped my mind. What about you?
I'm single, and my longest relationship was about 1.5 years.
Okay, single. Okay, cool. So, got a couple single people here. These 3 over here. You're in a situationship, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't see other people, so unavailable.
Okay. And you're returning. Actually, we have 3 people returning. You're back, and back. So since the last show, any new developments? Because previously you said you were making $40,000 a month, allegedly selling feet pics.
Stop the cap.
Not sure if I believe it, but so but now you're unemployed.
Yeah.
So what happened to the booming feet pic business?
I decided that I didn't want to do it anymore. Plus, Nathan works, and I take care of Nathan. So.
Nathan works? Are you living with Nathan?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
see him on the weekends.
Got it. Okay. Cool. So you three are single. You're engaged, you're situationship. You've been dating a guy for a year, right?
Yeah, over a year. Yeah.
Over a year. Do you think you guys are gonna, get married?
We live together. I don't know about marriage. I am not too keen on marriage. I think it's pretty symbolic, but I am a fan of long-term, dedicated relationships. I think kids is when marriage really happens.
So you don't want to get married?
Not necessarily. I don't see any reason to go and sign the paper other than for maybe taxes and healthcare purposes.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah,
okay.
Not pressed about it.
Because you have your show with PragerU, which is my understanding, it's a like Christian conservative.
Yeah.
So I would, but
yeah, I'm sort of an outlier as I'm not religious
I was about to
at
say.
all.
Oh, you're not religious?
No,
okay.
no.
All right. Got it. Interesting. Okay. So, you three that are single, what does that actually mean to be single?
Like, I guess
for you, we'll start with you.
Yeah. To not be attached to anyone and not have like any, I guess, strings attached. Like, I would still say I'm single if I was in a situationship, but I wouldn't be like pursuing or I guess acting like I'm single.
Are you currently in a situationship?
No.
Okay. So no.
Yeah, I just got out of a relationship like
just got
2 months ago.
2 months ago. How long was that relationship?
That was about a year.
About a year. Has there been a rebound or just no rebound?
I took some time for myself.
Why did he dump you?
He didn't dump me.
Okay.
Well, we ended things because I couldn't trust him, and we kept having fights about that.
Why couldn't you trust him?
Because I felt like he was cheating.
Was he cheating?
I don't have any evidence, but I still think so.
Okay. Was he doing this thing where, like he'd keep his phone down like this?
No, but it was on Do Not Disturb all the time, so I just kind of... Okay. I had a gut feeling.
Yeah.
And I felt like I could trust that feeling.
Did you cheat on him?
No.
Okay. So you broke it off with him?
Yeah, and then... Well, it was complicated, but yeah, basically.
No rebound?
No.
No rebound?
No.
Wait, who here's on a dating app? Just show of hands. Dating app? Any luck on the dating apps?
Well, you were one of my first likes, I guess. I guess I had the app for like 3 days. I was like, it's time to start.
It's time.
Yeah, it's time. But no, I haven't seen anyone from Hinge.
No dates?
No.
Okay. By the way, just one thing, guys. I use dating apps to procure women for my show. I'm admitting it. It's the reverse finesse. The chicks, they got, their Cash App and Venmo and OnlyFans and their dating apps. I'm a trailblazer. Okay. So why are you shaking your head? This is funny. It's funny. Okay. So any prospects though from Hinge besides me, of course?
I mean, I guess there's like some guys who are cute and like I would consider going on a date with, but I kind of just like think of it as a game.
That's fucking loud. Yo, Casey, thank you, man.
I donated $200. Brian,
wow.
Man, and Ty for always keeping it real.
Dude, Casey, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I see there's a question mark there after the keeping it real, though, so I think you're questioning my ability to keep it real when keeping it real goes wrong. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. By the way, thank you for doing that through Streamlabs. Had you done that through YouTube, your donation would have only been, what is it, 100, hold on. It's been a while since I've done math. 140? Because YouTube, yeah, it would have only been 140, but so thank you. By the way, just a reminder, guys, do your super chats, do your donations through Streamlabs because YouTube takes 30% of everything. So if you do donate 100, they take 30. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead. I think you were telling us about how lonely you are. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I just use, I don't know, it's fun to go on, but I don't think I'm actually going to, like, pursue anyone on it, maybe, but, like.
You're a sophomore or a junior at
Sophomore.
UCSB? Sophomore, okay. So your relationship was he also a student at UCSB?
Yeah, he graduated last year.
Okay, so he was a senior last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did he move away or he stuck around?
No, we moved to LA.
So it's been kind of long distance, or it was long distance?
It was long distance.
Medium distance relationship.
Yeah, like medium distance.
I suppose I should say. Okay. All right. And how did you meet him?
I met him, Wildcat?
Yeah, the bar?
Yeah.
You're 19, though. Explain that one. Fake ID?
Yeah, let's just say
it's
that.
Okay. It's all right. There's no police officers watching.
Yeah.
I don't think. Anyways. Okay, Wildcat.
Kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, the shitty kitty. Okay. Is he a bartender there or just another patron?
No, he's just another patron there.
Okay. Good times. Met at the bar. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
What about you? You're single.
Yes.
Really very single, apparently.
Yeah.
But like, come on.
What?
Come on.
Come on, what?
There's like a guy you're hooking up with. Well, what's the situation?
No, why would I?
You're up in San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
There's some very
Successful people?
very successful software engineers with
They're boring.
very fast words per minute.
They're boring. I'm sorry.
Let me ask. I want to ask the whole table this. Is it a turn on if a guy has good words per minute on the keyboard? Like, let's say it's like 200 words per minute. Is it?
Sure. I guess it's an impressive skill.
Like, it's kind of hot, right?
Sure.
A little sexy? Yeah.
I don't really care about that. That's kind of nerdy. I mean, I don't.
I mean, I like nerdy guys, so I think that's kind of hot. I also like when guys operate machinery, like when a guy knows how to drive stick, it's a huge turn on. My fiance knows how to drive stick shift, and it's kind of hot. I don't know.
But I'm talking like words per minute.
Oh, I know. That's what that's what I agreed with in the
stick.
beginning.
Yeah,
So
okay.
That's nerdy, and I like nerdy. So yeah, I agree that's hot. And then I also
Sure.
included I like when they know how to operate machinery. So yeah, I like when guys know how to do things and have skills like that, nerdy machinery, anything. When they know how to cook, fuck it. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Oh, it's okay. Don't even trip. Like quick words per minute. What's up?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it, but I guess. I mean, it probably on the computer a lot, working hard. But other than that, don't care.
So the words per minute, not a...
It's not about the words per minute. It's just personality-wise.
Natasha, words per minute?
But like, if he can type an essay in like 10 minutes, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, you need that in your life. No, just kidding.
Okay, so speaking of words per minute, what if he's got like the micro? What if he's got micro, like, video games and shit? Like he's just
playing?
he's fucking top guy like League of Legends or StarCraft, and he's just like, he's got the fucking micro actions what is it, APM? He's got like quick APM, so he's like sending some fucking Zerg over here. No, fuck, Command and Conquer Generals. So he like puts all these rocket dudes in the Humvee, right? Boom, 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 rush.
What are you
Like-
talking about?
It's basically if they're good at video games. Yeah. No, like.
Okay.
Essentially, yes.
Sort of. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, here's the thing. It's USA versus GLA. So he's like, boom, he puts a bunch of those rocket men in the Humvee, rushes the base. And the GLA is like, oh, he's got a technical, but the technical's messed up. Is that a turn on? Is it a turn on?
Nope.
Yeah.
No?
Gonna go out on a strong limb and say no on that one.
I think you kind of lost me there. I'm not gonna lie, but like if they're technical and they know what they're doing, sure. I don't know
Sure.
I don't know if I fully understood
Oh, okay.
the rest of that though. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, we'll come back to the single thing. One more question on this. Eric, can you just put the volume to 50 really quick? Okay, all right. Okay, so he's in a top North American rating guild. This is like picture your perfect man. He's in the top North American rating guild in World of WarCraft, the critically acclaimed MMO RPG by Blizzard Entertainment, and He's in the top guild. They're like hardcore raiders. Yo, they're in Molten Core, BWL. They clear that shit in 30 minutes. They get all the world bosses. They get Azurgos and Ashara. They get Lord Kazakh in the Blasted Lands every time. So they're getting all the world boss loot. And he's a pumper, like he's a DPS parser. Like, are you guys? Is that a turn on? Are you more attracted to him because of that?
The amount of time that man is spending on the computer would be very, very concerning. I used to date a guy who played like World of Warcraft, League of Legends, and he spent like 10 hours a day on the computer. So, no for me.
Sounds like a Chad.
Yeah, something like that.
What a legend. Ooh, voice crack. What games did he play?
League of Legends.
League of Legends.
I think World of Warcraft, Valorant, a lot of different stuff he had going on.
Okay, all right.
Escape from Tarkov.
What about you? Is that you're down for the?
I have no comment. I'm out of this one. Pass.
I think it's kind of hot. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, if he comes with the whole package too and like is a decent guy, because there's gamers that are that good, but they're also douchebags as well. So if you're a decent guy and you're really good, yeah, it's kind of hot. And then you're streaming on top of it and you're making a ton of money because you're that good. Fuck it.
Is that hot? Like, would you date a Chad gamer?
Probably not.
Like a casual 10 hours a day gaming?
No. Yeah. No. Sorry, that's a no for me.
No go? Okay. What about?
No for me.
Only if he's good.
Only if he's good. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm being weird tonight. All right.
You are. You very, very.
Okay, so very single.
Yeah.
When was the last time you had like a partner or something?
What do you mean by partner?
Hook up, boyfriend, partner.
November last year.
November of last year. November the 5th? Remember. Keep talking.
You looking for a Guy Fawkes mask over
I
there?
don't know. He's looking for something. Like, not official relationship. Like,
How old are you again?
20.
20? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
Was it worth it?
I'm being cringe. Can you boost it to 70? I don't know what I'd... Okay. So, just brutally single is...
Brutally single, exactly.
Brutally single. Okay, Natasha, what about you?
Yeah, very single.
Very single.
Yeah.
Very single. Didn't you make a mistake from last you told us?
Yeah, I didn't talk about it on the pod, but
Okay.
I don't know. I was seeing a guy for like 2 months, and it was just bad news. So didn't work
Bad
out.
news?
Yeah.
What is bad news?
What did you do to him?
No, I didn't do anything. Basically, the situation was I wanted something, and he didn't tell me that he didn't, but the entire time he knew that he didn't, you know? So, yeah, my feelings got hurt.
Was he ripped?
No.
I thought you like had a thing for
I went out of
jacked
my
dudes.
normal type this time.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see. I see.
Didn't do me well. But
Okay. 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 Sorry. I was gonna ask one more World of Warcraft question, but I just
No.
I should do it
No.
or I shouldn't.
No. Just move on.
No.
Move on, Brian.
Chat. We're gonna let the chat
No.
decide. Chat.
Move on.
Carson, do you have the pop out chat by the way? Do you know how to do it? Okay. All right. One in the chat if you want me to ask the final World of Warcraft question. 2 in the chat if I'm being cringe and I need to move on. Okay, Carson, to do the pop-out chat, you need to... Actually, I can see it on my end, I suppose. Hold on. I'll just do it on my end. Let's see here. We've got some 1s, 2s, 2s and 1s. Okay, well, let's move on. Maybe I'll do it later. Maybe I'll do it later. Okay, so I'm trying to see what our... Oh, okay, so when did that end, your situationship?
Like early December.
Early December.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. Okay, so I want to go around the table on this. What is your most controversial dating take?
I don't know that I have one. I'm pretty traditional as far as dating goes. I don't know that I have something super controversial. Maybe the marriage thing is controversial.
Not wanting to be married.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that's controversial.
You're kind of on the same wavelength with that?
I'm not going to get married.
Okay.
No. Perhaps it's controversial because you work for a more conservative outlet that way, but do they have any qualms with that you maybe don't align with all their, or they're just like, hey, do your thing?
I've got free reign for the most
that's
part.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Okay. What's your most controversial dating opinion?
That women should teach themselves or learn to be less masculine and more feminine, and that men should be less feminine and more masculine. Such as, for example, women should focus more on family rather than work and be more family oriented, as well as taking care of their partner, like laundry, cooking, cleaning, things like that. Or at least if they do work, then staying in an environment that is more feminine than masculine, while the man provides financial support and such, and the woman focuses on the family and household.
Weren't you selling your feet pics like a month ago for $40,000 a month?
Listen here, Brian. My mind is open. I've been better, actually, these past few weeks.
Has Nate put you on the right track?
He has, yes.
Okay. All right. Your most controversial dating take is women need to be more feminine and men need to be more masculine. I suppose that's controversial in 2022.
It's very controversial these days.
Very controversial. Does anyone have a response to her statement?
I love that statement.
I agree.
This is going to be a very, I think, agreeable panel. Is anybody going to disagree with her?
Brian? What's going on?
I kind of think you should do what you want, and if you're a woman or a man who wants to be in that position and be the stay-at-home mom and work as a dad, I think that's totally awesome. But if you don't want to do it, you definitely shouldn't, and everybody should get.
Nicholas Bailey super chatted $99.
Yo, Nick, thank you, man.
99 cents. Why no marriage?
We can touch on that. Here, why don't you finish your answer and then we'll...
I just kind of think you should be able to do what you want. If you want to do that, then that's great. That's awesome. Do it. But if you want to be a woman and have a career and not stay at home, you should also do that. Or if you want to have kids and also, you could do both.
Here's the thing with that, though. Women who tend to work in more masculine environments carry on a lot of masculine traits. So eventually you're going to want to get married. Eventually you're going to want to have a boyfriend. And you're going to be in your 30s married to a man who is very feminine, or he's going to be married to a woman who's very masculine, to where it won't work out. So, you're going to go to work, you're going to be busy with your career, and then you have kids, and then your kids don't see you because you're too busy at work rather than taking care of them at home. So the only way for you to have a good marriage or relationship with a man is to hold down what you're supposed to hold down, meaning you take care of the house, you take care of the kids. By all means, if you want to have a career and you can balance both, then go ahead. But it just means that while you're working in an environment that's very masculine, because most places that you work, they're owned by men. So the rules that you have to follow by are all made up by men, meaning you take on those masculine roles, and so when you go home, it's kind of harder for you to be more feminine in the household since you're so used to working in a masculine environment, and it kind of throws off the balance between you and your partner.
I think that you can be feminine while working in a masculine situation or job. Like the men that you should be working with,
have you ever worked in the masculine environment?
We should probably define what a masculine environment is, because that's a very subjective phrase. So what does that mean?
Meaning that so if you work at a nail salon, right? It's women. You know, it's most of the time nail salons or hair salons are ran by women. You're surrounded by other women and feminine energy. So when you are a CEO or a boss of a company, you hold all of these masculine traits because you are a leader, and the job of a man is to, you know, be the leader, be a problem solver. Girls go based off of emotions, while guys go based off of solving problems and, you know, working things out, building things. And while you're working in a masculine environment, they teach you, you know, do what you're told, things like this. When it comes to, like I said, the example with the nail salon, you work around women. All you hear is, you know, family, kids, things like that. When you work for a man, it's very different.
I would include that. It should include a lot of, like, the environment should be high stakes. Like, it's money, you're dealing with a lot of project like consulting or real estate. Like, I had 3 bosses in their 40s, the guys who were like buying $20 million shopping centers, and the intensity there is insane. People are like literally making those deals every day, and you have to be like on their level, and it's very hard to keep up with that level of responsibility. Like, you have to be disciplined, you have to always know what is you have to do today and tomorrow. It's like, it's very there's no place for emotion. There's no place, oh, I'm not feeling good today, oh, I want to have a rest, oh, I have my period, blah blah blah. Like, nobody cares. They have millions of dollars being invested, and they're gonna not listen to you if you screw up. Even if you make a small mistake in an NDA, it's gonna cost you your job.
I feel like I grew up in an environment, well, I'm from New York, so I feel like I grew up in an environment where there are men and women in both, and I know women who are very successful and work for top brands like Macy's and Party City and things like that, and they're working with CEOs, and, you know, like, I specifically know this one woman who's a very good mother, and she's very feminine, and she also is the breadwinner of her family. And
is she married?
Yes.
For how long?
They've been married. She's almost 50, and they've been married since, I think she's about 23.
Well, in cases like that, majority of the time, I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying it's not something you shouldn't do. But her being so high up like that obviously takes time away from her kids. So generally, traditionally, the man works and the woman takes care of the family, and he is supposed to support. When you have a woman who is out here doing things that men should be doing, it knocks off the balance, like I said, between the both, because it shouldn't be a competition between either two. Whether he works and she works, you both are taking time out of the home and away from the family and away from the kids. But it also depends on where you grew up. If you grew up with both your parents, if you grew up with your siblings, things like that. Because obviously, if you're a girl who grew up without a dad, you don't know what you're supposed to look for in a man. Because, you know, your dad is supposed to be the supportive one for you. He's supposed to take care of the family. He's supposed to be the man of the house. He's supposed to be financially taking care of you and your mom and your sister. But if you grew up with no mom, then you don't have those feminine energies, I guess. Like, you don't know how to cook, how to clean, how to do anything like that, because you took on the role of being the mother to your siblings or anything like that. So I guess it really just depends, like your background, your family, and things like that. But like I said, by all means, you can go out and be a businesswoman, but just realize that when you take that role that is originally supposed to be masculine when it comes to owning businesses and such, and having people work below you and telling people what to do and how you want things done, is originally, traditionally, a man's job. So when you decide to get married, it's kind of going to clash. And I mean, you could be right. There could be women that still have those feminine energies, but it's not the same. And like I said, it is a little bit harder. I believe I saw Andrew Tate. He had said that it is close to simply impossible for a woman to do a man's job and come home and kind of take off that armor of masculinity and fall back into her feminine ways, because that's what she does for a living. So
it looks like you wanted to come in.
Yeah, I would just say there's always generalizations that we could put out based on gender and traditional gender roles, which we have sort of decided and brought about biologically and culturally. And there will always be exceptions to those rules as well. There will be women who run businesses or are CEOs or are working in predominantly masculine environments, but it is important to acknowledge that those women are exceptions to the general nature of being feminine.
Response?
Um,
Agree, disagree?
Honestly, I feel like I'm kind of getting. It's like one against the world here. So
no, I mean you're open. You're
Yeah,
entitled to your
no,
own opinion.
I'm definitely-
And like I said, I believe you. I mean, she could be a great wife, a great mother, and still have her businesses. But at the end of the day, it does still take time away from her kids. She's gonna raise them differently than how they should be traditionally. And not everyone this generation is traditional. So
yeah,
Did you want to come in, or did you have something to say? Or?
I was just gonna say I think it depends on the family. I think it depends on the situation. It depends on your life, and that's kind of where I'm going. Where I started, like, you should do what you want to do, despite what society says. And if you want to go society, that's awesome. Do it. Yeah.
Right.
Are you wanting to have like a dual income? I assume. Do you want to get married at some point? Do you want to have kids?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really figured that out yet, but I'll figure it out when I have to.
But I mean, obviously now you're 19. You probably don't want to have kids now, but do you anticipate perhaps in your mid to late 20s that you want to have kids?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. And when you do have kids, do you want to be stay at home? Do you want to work?
I don't know. That really depends on my job. I'd probably take a couple years off while they're younger and then get back into the working scene when they're a little bit older.
Sure.
Hopefully I could have a job that would allow me to do that. And I would like to get the degree or the multiple degrees that I get to in order to do that.
Did you want to come in?
No, I mean, I kind of agree with her, but I also agree with her. I don't know. It's very hard because personally, I want to work, and I also understand that I'm that kind of girl. I just wouldn't be able to sit and wait till, like, I can cook, I can clean, but I don't want to do that all my life. And I want to have kids, and I want to have a family, and I will have it, and I will take some time to take care of them. But I don't want to forget about myself, because I think the happy kid is based on a happy mother, and what makes me happy is my self-actualization. And until I reach that point where I would be happy with my position in my career, I will continue to pursue it.
see, and like I said, children will always change a woman's perspective. Obviously, when you have kids, you go into fight or flight. You know, you're very defensive over your children. You want everything for your children. I find that a lot of people who grow up with parents that aren't together simply have a lot more problems when it comes to relationships or life skills in general. Being at home with your kids and creates a better bond with them. Meaning, like, if you have your mom or your dad who've been there, you know, your whole life, they've been around, they ask you how your day was at school, they pick you up.
All right, moving on. So we got, I'm sorry, but soapboxing over here. All right, we got Nicholas Bailey. Thank you for the 99. Why no marriage? So you said you don't want to get married. Why don't we start with you? Why don't you want to get married?
For me, it's just the foundation of marriage is a religious one, and I'm not a particularly religious person. And as far as where religion or marriage applies today, it's pretty symbolic. It's a piece of paper and a trip to the courthouse, and I don't find it necessary. It may become necessary in life for taxes and healthcare and dealing with children and properties, but just foundationally, I don't think it's the most important thing. Real commitment comes from that relationship that you share with your partner, kids, communication, and what you've both decided is real. That piece of paper doesn't really do much, in my opinion.
What about prenup?
Prenups in hell.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of prenuptial agreements.
So you think
personally?
Okay, so what happens if somebody cheats and, like, somebody wants to go away? And he decided he want to leave you. He want to see you anymore. He's just going to leave you with 2 kids. And what are you going to have left?
Well, personally, I make money. So I'm going to have plenty of money to handle myself. And he makes plenty of money himself. And I realize that it's totally a situational thing. My situation permits that I don't need to be married. And I don't need a prenuptial agreement in order to support myself in life. So I'm not worried.
Sorry. You also don't necessarily need to, like, do the whole courthouse license thing to be married and have a ceremony and do your own thing on, like, I understand the whole religious side too. And for me and my fiance, for example, we're not even sure if we're going to actually legally get married, just because, like, the government honestly owns your marriage at that point, and it's just a lot of technical crap. I don't know. We may though, just because it does kind of help with taxes and a lot of other stuff. I don't know, but regardless though, that's why he and I already kind of feel like we're married, because the piece of paper doesn't necessarily matter either. But I do understand where you're coming from, because it is a lot of like, I don't know, the government has control, the courts have control of your marriage. They basically own it at that point, and it's not really what marriage is about. It's about a union of two people, really.
I 100% agree. The government involvement is very strange to me, but also I do think the institution of marriage does allow you to safeguard yourself, say if you need a prenup, and that's important for some women. So yeah.
You want to get married?
Yes.
What if your husband, or well, your future husband, says, hey, I want a prenup?
No problem.
Oh, you're fine with it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine. Okay. All right. Because there's definitely some women who, if the topic of a prenup is broached, they're going to be like, oh, you don't think it's going to last?
No, I think there's no guarantees in life. So I think
Okay.
it's more like a necessity rather than
Okay.
if I want
Well,
that or not.
what I've heard, and I think I'd like to get an attorney on to consult on this, but a divorce attorney, prenuptial agreements can get thrown out. So even if you do have a prenuptial agreement, I mean, I think Dr. Dre had a prenuptial agreement with his wife, and they were still able to like pierce through it. So I don't know the total details of that, but they can definitely be thrown out. They're not bulletproof. And I just think marriage is an L in today's day and age. I mean, there's obviously the tradition component if you're religious, but when it comes to the government involvement and the potential financial ramifications of having to unwind a marriage, it does not make sense. So don't get married, guys. Don't do it. You do, but you could have a life partner, for example, but you don't need the government involved.
Exactly
in that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And fully want the whole white picket fence. We are husband and wife, but I just don't feel the need to go and sign some paper that lets them know that we are.
Yep. Also, by the way, guys, there's something called common law marriage. So
Nicholas
Nick,
Bailey
thank you, man. Appreciate it.
$99.99.
Of course, man. Thank you.
Thank you for the response.
Well, hey, thank you for the big super chat, man. Appreciate it. If you want to do it through Streamlabs, I'll even be more appreciative. But thank you very much. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. In certain states, there's something called common law marriage. And if you've been cohabitating with someone for a certain period of time, there might be, I think, some other components to it, but basically the government will view you as essentially married, and you would still be on the hook for alimony. And
so you don't want to be on the hook?
I don't want to be on the hook?
Yeah, as a man.
Well, I'm talking about common law marriage, but
yeah, but you as a man will be on the hook if you will be married for that amount of time.
California is not a common law marriage
it
state.
Is,
but
no,
it's not common law marriage.
Okay.
I don't know which ones are, but you may want to Google that, gentlemen, if you are. But
what do you lose by getting married?
What do you lose?
Yeah, what do you lose?
Everything. No. Not everything.
Why? I hear that so much these days. Everyone I talk to that's married, even people that, even just like adults that I meet in my life, they're like, oh, by the way, don't get married. You're young now. Like, I'm going to tell you this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what do you lose?
Money.
Okay.
That's the only concern.
There's certainly, especially, look, if you're in a 50-50 relationship, even then there can be there can be a contentious divorce, and then you're spending, even if the money isn't going to your partner, there's a dispute, and legal disputes are incredibly expensive. So there's that concern. Obviously, you have to pay the lawyer to, go through the divorce. There's a time period. What do you lose? I mean, you lose the house, you lose half your shit. It depends. Look, alimony is kind of calculated based on how long you've been with the person. So it's not like you've been married for 9 months and you're going to be totally financially wrecked, but it's still going to be an L at the end of the day. So
it's just about money.
Yeah, and not having the government involved in your life, because then you're in the court system. In the court system, there's a anti-male bias in the court system.
$100.
Thank you, Martin.
Brian, I'm an attorney, although not a divorce lawyer. It is a fact that prenups are more for asset and resource allocation, not precluding one party from their fair share. It's not like the movies at all.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some different things on the prenup thing. My understanding is the prenup can address assets prior to the start of the marriage. But I don't think it can address, maybe I'm wrong on this too. If you guys made something together or you came into wealth after the marriage, I don't know if prenups can address that. But if you're coming into it already wealthy, perhaps, I don't know if you know anything more on this.
No, I've never even considered, not getting married as a form of, or marriage as a form of loss. I just view it as an unnecessary step in my life structure. So I'm not really focused on alimony or prenups or anything like that.
All right. Yo, Martin, by the way, shoot me a DM on Instagram. And can you please confirm what kind of attorney you are? I want to guess you're a maritime law attorney, perhaps an aviation attorney. I think you might be a tree attorney. You guys know about tree law? That shit's crazy. Motherfuckers, not you guys, just motherfuckers think that trees aren't expensive. But you hear these disputes with neighbors. The neighbor cuts down a tree and you got to replace the tree. That's like $100,000.
That's a lot of money.
So I think Martin,
just like marriage, a lot of money.
Martin is a tree lawyer, an arbor lawyer or something. Okay. So did anyone else have any further thoughts on this whole marriage thing?
I think I have a different perspective because I don't think we should live together before getting married. So that's why for me it's like it's a switch.
You don't want to live with, honestly, I think even if you are married, like separate houses.
Yeah, preferably like a mansion, maybe a castle.
Yeah, just like, I'll see you once a week.
I mean, if you can afford a castle, I don't mind.
Why would you want to get married if you're only going to see them once a week? There's no point.
Well, I mean, he doesn't really want to get married.
Yeah,
That's the thing. But like, for
just go over there. I'll be over here.
I find it kind of odd though to be married but then live separately. That's a very strange.
Okay, fine. You convinced me. Separate bedrooms. How about that?
Which I've heard that.
Separate bedrooms is healthy.
My grandparents did that because my grandma snored too loud, so my grandpa had to sleep in the other bedroom, and so I've heard that. And there's times where I'm like, babe, I love you, but like I really want the whole bed to myself. So I get that. But yeah, the whole separate house thing, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense.
Honestly, separate. I need at least 3 counties between.
Oh my goodness! How about another country?
That'd be good. All right, she's in the Philippines. I'm over here. Whatever it is. Okay, so just a couple quick stats on the marriage thing. 50% of marriages end in divorce. 80% of divorces are initiated by women. 90% if she's college educated. 90% of child support payments go from men to women. 97% of alimony payments go from men to women. So I think marriage is a pretty big L for men, and they get absolutely crushed in the court system. And yeah, guys, don't get married. Okay, so I want to give everyone a chance on this. Actually, you know what? Before we continue on with that, I want us to quickly react to Natasha's makeup thing. We kind of brought it up the last time she was on, but we didn't really get to go do a deep dive into it. So just to give context, I posted this on TikTok and also on YouTube. It did pretty well on YouTube too. Natasha, if you don't know, she fervently hates makeup with a passion. In fact, she's actually a terrorist and wants to plan terrorist acts on cosmetic companies. FBI, open up. Okay, so I'm kidding about that last part, but she does not like makeup, although she is wearing makeup tonight. So the clip went viral on TikTok, got 20 million views, I don't know. And it's a fairly tame video. And then I released it in December, and then it's just been picking up steam. Something like 5,000 people have used the original sound. Thank you, Carson. 4,800. Can you scroll down a little bit, Carson? And it's basically, so we'll watch the video. Keep scrolling, Carson, while I talk about this. So, basically she's just saying she doesn't like makeup. It's pretty fucking tame opinion. And then like all these makeup girls on TikTok, which is apparently almost 5,000, well, there's a ton, like did their makeup using her voiceover, which is kind of hilarious. So, yeah, so why don't we go ahead and just watch it so people know what it is. And yeah, go ahead.
I don't like makeup. I'm against makeup. I don't think it's good for
Carson, is it at 70?
I don't think they really need to be using it, honestly. I think it takes away.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Makeup it's capitalizing on women's insecurities when it's something that they can easily fix. I think it takes away from a woman's natural beauty, and also it is so bad for you. Like, you think about how skin absorbs things. When you read the ingredients on a foundation bottle, what is in it? You can't even pronounce it. It's a bunch of crap that you're putting on your face. And that is in turn making your skin worse. So you have to keep buying more foundation to cover up what it's creating. I don't like makeup.
Okay, so that's the video. Before we have Natasha give her take, we're going to have the girls react, give their thoughts. Go ahead.
I think this is a totally fine take to have. It might not be something that I share necessarily. I do wear makeup, and I do recognize that a lot of when I personally put on makeup, it does have to do with insecurity and covering things up. So I know that I'm personally susceptible to that, and no, I'm not offended by what you said at all. That's your personal opinion.
Be honest.
So I asked you this actually before we started about what mascara you use.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you stated I hate makeup. I think that it's bad for you. I think that it's awful. Seeing as, you know, I've actually seen your video on TikTok, and I commented and I was talking shit because I had looked at your videos and it was like you can clearly tell when you do wear mascara compared to when you don't. And your opinion being it's really bad for you, but you use something that literally goes around your eyes, which you would think is way worse than putting something just on your face, such as foundation, would be very hypocritical. I mean, I would understand if you were like, hey, I hate makeup, and you absolutely just don't use makeup. Then, you know, that's fine. But also saying that it just targets insecurities for women. Maybe some, you know, like she said, sometimes she puts it on because she wants to cover something up. I think a lot of women use it as an art, and it takes a lot of technique, and some people just do it for fun. And you're right, like when makeup first became a thing, people used it as, hey, like I look ugly, let me put some on. But me personally, and a bunch of the ladies here who are wearing makeup probably are wearing it just because they like it, because it makes them feel good, and that shouldn't be something that should be hated on, especially because it's a normal thing. Everybody does it.
What was the comment that you left? What did it say?
I think I had made a comment how she was wearing mascara. I think it
was
that's
just,
it? I think it was like, you're very hypocritical, talking shit on women and talking down on women for wearing makeup when
that's
you
not what
still
she
wear
did.
makeup.
That's not what she did. She was being critical of makeup.
But saying, hey, I don't like something, but doing it is very hypocritical. Like, it's like when women say one thing but mean another thing. You tell everybody I am against it, it's really bad for you, but then you use it. Like I said, I would agree with you if you didn't use makeup whatsoever at all.
I would just like to clarify that my sole purpose of saying that was mainly to just address that it is bad for you. And so that is why any makeup product that I buy, while I only use mascara, but anyone that I would buy and do ever buy are only organic, clean brands. So that's very important to me. But yeah, I could definitely see why it can be hypocritical and can be perceived that way. I think there is a big difference of only using mascara as opposed to like using the whole rundown, you know, like caking your face, using every product that they have out there, you know, as many girls do. And I don't blame them for that. I mostly just think that it is unfortunate that there are so many girls out there today that feel that they need to leave the house wearing makeup. I think that's not a problem with the women, but that is an ill in our society that they have been brainwashed to believe that they need that to be beautiful or to feel beautiful. It's not good. It's really not good. And I don't know. I wish that there was a way to change that. Me saying that really wasn't a hit at women. It was just to like bring light to issues that I find are very important.
And I agree with you clearing it up now. I think it just could have been worded differently.
Honestly,
in a way that was more just, makeup's not good for you. You should pay attention to the products you use. And it is sad that there are women out there who feel the need to have makeup on before they leave the house.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it could have been worded differently, or but I think a lot of people saw it and were like, damn.
Don't walk it back, Natasha.
No, I actually don't mind the way that I said it. I know that it was very blunt, but I think sometimes you have to be blunt for people to listen to you. For example, like, this is a bad example, but Andrew Tate, everything he ever said, if he didn't say it in the way that he said it, it would have never caught traction. He would have never become who he was, And not that I was saying that to be like, I mean, Andrew Tate's kind of, very rude and disrespectful, but I wasn't saying it to be that way. You don't think that way?
No.
I mean,
she loves
Andrew Tate says things that.
Well,
that
it's all jokes,
Yeah, but even then, I feel like he has a good point on certain things. I feel like how you take it personally is on you, but he is an alpha male, and that he teaches other men how to not
be rude,
not to be pussy by females.
Wait, quick question, but we're going to continue with the makeup thing. Andrew Tate gets actually, let's say he doesn't even get released. Some through one of his networks. Hold on. He invites you to Romania for a conjugal visit. Do you take it?
Like for fun, or like to have a conversation?
For fun, huh?
Wait, what did you mean? Sexual? Oh no, not for sexual. Like I said, when I listen to his podcasts or the things that he says, I know it's very contradicting.
One eternity later.
But no.
You would not do a conjugal visit?
No.
How about after he gets released?
No.
Not even?
No.
Come on. Andrew Tate slides into your DMs.
No.
Come on my yacht.
No, I don't find him attractive, and I don't care about materialistic items.
Cool. Okay, so let's go back to the makeup thing. Do you have a reaction to the video?
I do understand how some girls could take it, take it to heart, take it to offense. I wear makeup, obviously. Her and I were actually having a conversation in the car. I would prefer if I had great skin, and I felt comfortable being on social media, just being out without it. I dealt with acne ever since I was 8 years old. Got on Accutane. Now I don't really get breakouts, but I still have scarring, and I get naturally red. So I feel comfortable with it on. I try not to wear it as much because it is terrible for you. But so is alcohol. So are a ton of things that we all do. Vaping. I personally don't vape anymore, but it's really about picking your poison. Because almost everything is toxic for you. Even touching plastic, we can get into that. How much microplastics we have in our goddamn bodies, but. Yeah, it's really about picking your poison. And I also do find it at times an art, and it is fun. But at times I also feel like I just want to cry because I feel like I have to put on makeup and I'm tired and I don't want to put on makeup. But I feel like if I don't, I'm going to be out and I'm going to feel insecure. And it's a massive insecurity issue. I will admit it. Again, I had acne since 8 years old. It's going to be an insecurity issue for the rest of my life. And I'm taking steps to better my skin and whatnot. And I'm not trying to take over this whole conversation. But yeah, I don't know. I agree. I can see it from both sides, but I do see how makeup can be very damaging. But I'm glad it's here so I can feel better about going out.
Do you have a reaction to the video?
I think you're entitled to your opinion. Personally, I don't wear it like on a day-to-day basis, but I think if people do, then they should. And that, like, again, like how you brought up a great point that like it is bad for you, yes, but there are so many other things that like we do that are also bad for us. And I also think that like I personally don't wear it like all the time. I mean, I'm wearing it now, but like I don't wear it all the time because you're right about like how it feeds into your insecurities. But I think it's fun to like when you're like going out at night or something to like get ready. Like personally, my favorite part of the night is like getting ready like with my friends and like putting on makeup and stuff. So I think it can be fun, but I personally don't think like I do think that it does feed into insecurities. So I think kind of like if I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but I think that if you want to wear makeup or if you don't want to wear makeup, that's completely fine and that's up to you, and nobody should be judging you if you do.
Yeah, no judgment.
Yeah.
I don't have steak. Like.
Yeah, you do. You were talking shit about it before the show.
You were? No, I wasn't talking. I mean, I wasn't
you
talking.
Come on.
What?
Yeah, what was
Is
your...
it because you're sitting next to each other?
I
Go
wear
ahead.
a makeup. Like, come on. You can obviously say what is my opinion about that. But I do it because I like how I look with it and without it both. Right now, I felt more comfortable wearing it. Maybe because it's my personal insecurity. Maybe because I wanted to look better than I am. I'm not ashamed to acknowledge that we all try to look better than we are. And makeup is one of the things. But I don't think there's any way to like blame anybody for doing what they want.
Okay. Tell us how you really feel.
What?
Before the show, you were like, "I'm gonna rip into her."
That was me.
No, that was you said.
No, that was I was talking to her about it, and because I was like, "That's the girl that made the fucking video. That's the girl, right? The girl that said we shouldn't wear makeup."
I don't care.
Wait, what?
Natasha, your overall reaction.
To their reactions?
Or do you have anything to add?
Honestly, no.
Have you gotten any hate messages into the mic?
Yes. Yeah, I have.
Any death threats?
Not that I've seen. I stopped reading my comments a long time ago.
You didn't get any?
I still get hundreds a day.
Death threats?
Not that I saw. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot in those comments.
Over makeup, hello.
Yeah.
Like
people are awful.
Pretty
over makeup.
Pretty crazy, honestly. Yeah.
I think so. You were getting 100 a day.
Hundreds of, yeah.
Still. DMs a day.
Just comments.
Because you're not even like tagged. Like you're not tagged in it.
Well,
they'd have to investigate.
No, it's on my TikTok because I made a reaction.
Oh,
video.
you reacted to it. Okay.
That's where they're coming from.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you got a bunch of hate. Mm-hmm. Can you just double down and be even more toxic about makeup?
Really? You want me to just go off?
Yeah, just go off. Yeah, just do it.
Oh my God. You want me to say something? Okay.
Yeah. What else you got?
Say something about the long nails.
Long nails.
Yeah, what do you
Fake
think
nails.
about long nails?
Whoa.
Well, I'm not about to start attacking everyone here. What the heck?
Yeah. Say something.
How about?
I'm not about to be a bully here. That's not what I am.
How about you say something about nails?
Yeah,
since
what do you
Kayla has
have
something
to say? What do you have to say? You brought it up.
Let's
Come
hear
on,
it.
let's hear it. Because I got the longest nails here,
Let's
so
hear it.
I'd love to hear
What you
it.
got?
It scares me. I have an idea that they want to scratch my eyes away, like from the scary movies. And I feel like a lot of guys told me it's a turn off for them. I don't want to like say much here, but like,
I mean,
and I know that you don't do it for the guys. You do it only for yourself, only for your own self-fulfillment. But I'm just saying, we all try to be more likable and we all try to be approachable. That doesn't make you more approachable.
I don't. My nails are for me, and I mean, even then, Nathan doesn't have a problem with them. So,
but
I
you're
mean,
not
I get
dating.
it though. I get it though. I mean, I understand not a lot of women can have long nails, but what's your like? I mean, you're saying it's scary, but why?
Oh, I have
is that why
great
you don't
nails.
like them,
I don't
or?
have any. I don't need to have fake nails to have long nails. Maybe that's why people want to like. The same with the makeup, but I'm just saying, for me, it's a scaring moment. The same with lashes. Like, I'm just scared.
Okay, well, I'll wear my bold stripper lash all day, girlfriend. You don't need it.
Your
I'll wear
lashes
it.
are scary. You're scaring her.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just scaring.
Yeah, you're scaring.
I know. I love my bold stripper lash. People talk shit. I really don't care.
Are you scared right now?
What?
Are you gonna have like nightmares? Are you scared?
No,
Do I
I'm
scare you?
just it's
flashes?
like it's like from those horror movies.
Oh, okay.
For me, the lashes thing too, like my eyes are just not exciting without them. I just like them personally. I don't need them. I don't mind. I just like it. It's fun. Same.
Welcome to the.
Okay, falling apart.
Welcome to the whatever studio.
Now it's getting scary. It's getting scary.
Carson, can you try to put that back up? Chad Carson gonna try to line it lower, a little lower, and then like line it up against the edge of the
Maybe
wall.
it's a sign from the god or something.
Yeah, right at the corner. Perfect. How's that look? Beautiful. Just apply pressure. Well done. So much pressure. Hell yeah. Chad Carson, by the way. Wait, Carson.
It's not taping right now.
Just hold on. I'm coming to help you. Okay, you guys keep catfighting. I'm gonna help Carson with that. Carson, just do like a little tricep flex just to. Holy.
So what do you mean by like men don't like it, or a lot of men aren't attracted to it?
They find it attractive.
Do you base your decisions off of what a man would like?
I'm just saying.
Because for me, like I said, personally, the guy that I'm involved with, his dad did my nails.
But you're involved with him.
His
You're
dad
not
did
like
my nails. So, I mean, I feel like it's the same thing with makeup. Like, if you want to wear it because it makes you feel good, then, you know, it makes you feel good. But for me personally, like, I've always wanted to do nails or lashes. And it's not that I wear it because I'm insecure or whatever. I do it because I like it. I think nails are super cool, just to see what other people can do art-wise or crystal-wise. It's just super unique. And I've always been known for having like wild-ass designs on my nails. And they actually used to be longer and they used to be square. So I've actually died down a little bit. And I mean, she's got short nails.
No, I have no problem with her nails.
I'm curious, if you guys were dating a guy and let's pretend you all have long nails and he's like, girl, I really love you, but I don't like the nails, could we get rid of them? Would you be getting rid of them?
I mean, with the guy that I'm with now, if he was like, hey, I don't like them, then yeah. I mean, like I said, his dad did my nails.
Okay. Is that
so if he didn't like it, then
is that because you value his opinion?
It's because we have a very good understanding with each other, and I do value his opinion because I am a representation of him. And so yeah. I mean,
so you'd get rid of him?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. So sorry. I also just want to say too, you can honestly tell when a girl is doing her nails and her makeup to get a guy's attention. You can also tell the difference when a girl is doing it for herself. She has a different kind of swagger, a different kind of style. Guys do like that. Guys like when girls take initiative and have confidence and have their own style. I've seen it so many times where I'm like out with guy friends and they see a girl and they're like, damn, she's hot. Like, she has style. Like, I like her nail. Like, I like what she's got going on. And you can tell she's literally doing it for herself because she has a different kind of style. When girls are trying to do it for guys.
Erroneous.
You said men like confident women?
Yes.
Like girls who take care of themselves. Like, I had nails before I met him.
What's the opposite of confident?
Insecure.
Give me an insecure chick.
Well, actually, most women who are insecure about themselves and do makeup or nails for men are insecure women who do it for the attention of men. Are insecure.
And a confident woman doesn't necessarily always have to have the nails and the makeup either. A confident woman could be just confident not wearing makeup, and just men like confident women where they have their own style, they do the whole get up, or they don't do makeup at all and they're confident with it and they're confident just being like chill. Not that other women aren't chill, but yeah, confidence. Yes, men like confident women, 100%.
Victoria, do you want to talk more shit about nails?
Anything
Why
else?
would I do that?
What else you got?
Anything else?
Let's hear it.
Anything else? Anything else?
Holy shit.
Oh my God, Brian.
Oh my God.
Get it together.
That was
okay, from a male's perspective,
What?
how do you feel about acrylic nails?
Acrylic nails?
Nails.
Like long nails.
Honestly, red flag, not gonna lie.
But is it
I think it's
something
red
that
flag.
like bothers you? Like, if you were talking to a girl or you were dating her, would you be like, hey, like those gotta go? Like, not necessarily like mine, but maybe like as short as hers or whatever.
Honestly, like, the thing is,
do
the
you pay
type of
attention to
chicks that wear fake nails aren't interested in me. I'm gonna say it. They just don't fuck with me. Like, so it's not a problem. It just cancels itself out.
Never mind then.
But because I don't know, I feel like I definitely prefer it. It's kind of, I don't like all the extra shit.
Brian, what if she's
I
got?
don't
What
need
if
a
she's
girl
got like
that wears
crusty
makeup.
cuticles and
What's
shit?
a
Like
crusty cuticle? What?
I mean,
like, what if she's got like crusty cuticles? Like, she doesn't get her nails done, she doesn't go like clean up her cuticles. She bites her nails.
That has to do with
like
maintenance and hygiene.
I want a chick that's ready for a fucking zombie apocalypse, and that shit's gonna fuck you up, man.
Bro, I could fuck somebody up with these nails.
She
could.
Exactly.
I could.
100%.
I could.
100%.
Here, make a closed fist.
Yeah.
Close your fist.
It also
Yeah.
You don't need it. They're
it also
pointy. They're pointy.
says that you don't work out because it's impossible to work out with
I
that.
work out.
It's impossible to do pull-ups. Let's say.
No,
with
I used to go to the gym when I had like long square ass nails. Well, because now my time goes elsewhere.
Where does it go? Feet pics?
No, not anymore.
Oh, okay. Okay, so your question is on the acrylic nails thing. look, people, you can do whatever you want. You want to wear it, that's fine. Me personally, I would prefer my girl not wearing it. Don't find it particularly attractive. And there's chicks that don't like pasty motherfuckers like me, so it's all good. It's all good.
I do not like pasty motherfuckers.
I'm pale as fuck. Check this shit out. Boom. Look at that. It's white as fuck. Like, it's all good. We all got preferences. I just happen to not like caked on makeup and fake nails. And yeah. So, but keep talking shit about fake nails. Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Okay, you're good. So
we discussed it a lot.
Agree or disagree with the following statement. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. Agree or disagree?
What is work of fiction in this context?
So nonfiction would be like a thesaurus. Or like, yeah. Fiction is like Harry Potter.
And you're basing that off of the makeup thing?
Yeah.
Makeup, plastic surgery.
Like a woman's face being like a mask.
Oops.
Like, I gotta.
Not real.
Yeah, I mean.
I see what you mean.
I think it depends on the woman.
Yeah, 100% agree.
100%. I mean, also, too, like, again, women who wear makeup, we don't always wear makeup 24/7. I mean, if you're going to bed with makeup, you should probably not.
Yeah,
I mean, you should probably take that shit off. I don't know.
Weird.
But, like, I don't know. Yeah, sometimes we wear it, sometimes we don't. Like, and if I'm around you and I don't wear it, then, yeah, that's who I really am. Like, I don't care. Now, going out into public, yeah, I'm just insecure about it again because I've had bad skin. But, like, when I'm around people that I love and I'm comfortable, I don't care. Like, it's that's naturally me. Like, I'm around my fiance all the time without makeup, and he loves me without makeup. He loves when I do it. He loves me without it. He doesn't care. He likes my nails. He likes when I don't do them. This is actually the first time I've had nails in like over a year, so it's funny that I came on the show with nails. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess just my whole take on the whole makeup thing is that I believe that makeup is the most accepted lie in society.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Very true.
Agreed? Huh?
Agreed.
Agreed?
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you?
Well, because I've had girls on, and I say, I'm not necessarily saying that makeup is bad, although I think I certainly believe that. But I'm not saying that, and I'll say that makeup is effectively you're lying about your appearance.
Yeah.
And they say it's not lying. But do you agree?
I think plastic surgery is worse than makeup because you can take away the makeup.
But makeup is a daily thing. Like, some women never take off their makeup.
You wanted to come in?
Also, makeup enhances beauty that's already there. You can, if you're not symmetrical scientifically, if you're not symmetrical, you can only put so much makeup on, and it's not going to make you look that much better. Symmetry is everything. It really is. Scientifically, attractiveness is based on symmetry.
Yeah. Have you seen what some of these women do with makeup? You
Some
got
people are pretty talented.
you got like 13-year-old girls out here with like so much makeup on, they look like they're like 20.
Oh, I agree.
Like, it's definitely scary.
Carson, can you try to find that TikTok of that girl with no teeth who does a makeup transformation? And then,
What? No teeth.
Do you know? Have you seen it, Carson? Just like search Google in another tab. Just search for. Hold on. Search
Korean
Google
girls?
for.
Korean girls?
No teeth.
They do
makeup.
a lot of plastic surgery too.
They put tape on their face and they like put things in their nose and they tape their face and stuff.
Oh
Like,
my
Korean
God.
makeup is like, they're extreme. They put on like huge contacts, tape on their face.
Okay, well, that's wild.
Yeah. And then they take it off. They take it off and they look like someone
Reconstruction.
else. Yeah.
I think personally, like a lot of, like you were saying about the Korean girls, like you can use makeup for fun and things like that. But most women use makeup to enhance their features. And when you take it off, you normally look very, very similar. Like, I think I look almost exactly the same. I just...
What do you think?
Don't have as long as lashes or stuff like that. But I don't think it's a big change for most women.
Does anybody want to remove their makeup?
I got you.
I'll do it.
I got you.
Okay.
And never mind. I didn't think. I didn't think any of you would actually take me up on it. You actually want to remove your makeup?
We'll remove
Yeah.
it.
Do I have
All
to?
of you?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
Has this
about
ever
that one.
happened in the history of
Not
this
yet, but
podcast?
hold on. Let me,
Ask the chat if they want us to.
yo, chat, should they take off their makeup? Yes or no? We'll do the rest of. How about, you know what? We'll save it. Maybe we'll do it
I might need
a bit
mirror
later
for the
on.
mascara.
What's
Remove
that?
the
I
makeup.
might need a mirror for the mascara.
Yeah, that's too. It's
When you
that's
take
what
off
I'm thinking.
mascara,
This
No,
is-
I can
You
take
kind
off
of-
like this.
Yeah.
Okay, Carson, were you able to find it?
I haven't seen it, so I don't know if this is it.
Here, let me see. TikTok, toothless makeup lady.
God.
TikTok? Oh man. Toothless TikTok catfish goes viral.
Oh, actually, I think this does kind of look like it. Like she takes her teeth out.
Yeah, her dentures.
It's a pretty good example. Here, I'll play it.
Switch it over before. Make sure the audio's at 100. F11.
Bonkers.
No, this is not it.
Get them.
Just let it play.
You naughty whackers bonkers.
It's pretty,
Play it again.
pretty
Play it
big
again.
difference.
One more time. One more time.
What do you think, whackers bonkers? Get them. Ooh, you naughty whackers bonkers.
Yeah, that's a pretty big difference, I reckon. That's
Yeah.
that
That
you can close that out, Carson. That's not the one that I was thinking of. It's the same girl, but the other one's like way more noticeable. But yeah. So okay, maybe we'll do the makeup removal later on in the show. Last thing on the makeup. So you're an environmental study. You do environmental studies. Do you want to like do something related to that for your career?
Yes.
Okay. What do you want to do? Greenpeace?
Not exactly sure yet, but I think I want to work for like corporate stuff. Like I don't want to do field research. I kind of want to more go into corporate and either like
ESG?
maybe but I honestly haven't figured it all out yet. All I know is that I'm passionate about it and that I try my very best to be sustainable and to conserve. And I haven't really done it yet, but I do want to teach like Gen Z and like younger generations how, and like specifically our generations, of like how to be more sustainable and like be more aware of all of our individual choices in a way that is like, you know, because I think a lot of things that people talk about to be like sustainable are just not easy or like affordable for a lot of college kids or like women our age. So I want to find ways to like currently right now I'm working on a project for school that's like about how to.
Okay, do you believe in climate change?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, show of hands. Who believes in climate change? What? Aren't you? PragerU. I'm just thrown off a little
the
bit.
climate
Snowing in
changes. Do I think it's
California.
something that we need to all be hysterical about and the world's going to end in 12 years? Absolutely not. I don't think it's as catastrophic as it's been made out to be, but
Okay.
certainly climate changes.
Sure. Everyone.
Do you know what is climate change?
Yes.
What is that?
Yes. So it's our basically a
Catfight.
man-made problem where we are burning fossil fuels, releasing greenhouse gas, and we are essentially changing the climate and creating a man-made problem. Happens with heating and cooling, and eventually the Earth could become unlivable theoretically.
So you don't care about that?
I do care about that.
But you're saying it's not important, that important.
I'm saying it's not catastrophic, which means your life is not going to end anytime soon due to climate change. Should we take care of our Earth and work to be sustainable? Absolutely, yes. The Earth is very important.
In the 70s, there was reports of like heavy like snowstorm blizzards, and they was talking about almost like how global warming, but like for like snowstorms and blizzards, I honestly believe that the Earth goes through cycles.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the theories.
What was that?
It's one of the theories that explains that there's multiple theories about what happens.
Well, exactly. So like it you know, this could be one of those things.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think in our generation, all of us will definitely be fine. I think the climate is slowly changing, but I think the climate is slowly changing and we'll be fine, but I think that future generations most likely won't be.
Because of the climate or the environment?
Yes.
Okay. The reason I bring it up, you guys are probably wondering what the fuck are you talking about. I want to make a proposal. So the environment, and I don't know, some of you stand really on this, but there's a lot of environmentalists, and sometimes I see them and they got like full face of makeup and I'm like, well, okay. I think there's actions that you can take, or at least that's what some of them propose you ought to do at the individual level, which I don't think is really going to be what it's going to take to tackle environmental concerns. I think that comes down to corporations. That's another conversation. But people often say, well, you shouldn't drink from, water bottles. I was actually I've told this anecdote a few times. I was on a date with a girl and she flipped out because I brought a water bottle with me. California, hello.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she didn't like you.
Probably that too. And no, she like tripped out that I brought a bottle of water with me. She's like, you shouldn't drink from bottles of water because it's bad for the environment. And so I noticed that she was wearing makeup and I was like, well, you shouldn't wear makeup because the cosmetic industry, blah, 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 blah. And I just, it comes in plastic containers. The materials that are within the makeup are harvested in Sudan, or I don't know if it's Sudan. They're harvested in various countries and have to be shipped over. And then mica, I think it's called mica or mica.
Mm-hmm, mica.
Mica, there's these, it's basically child labor. Anyways. So my proposal is for all the environmentalists, no more makeup.
Then no more cars for guys.
No more makeup?
Well, there's a million things we could all be doing right now to be more sustainable that none of us are doing. We're all wearing clothing right now, which takes tons and tons of water and resources and fossil fuels. And we're going to go drive home after this. So we could drive ourselves insane trying to worry about all the things.
Well, yeah. And so I'm not necessarily in favor of saying, oh, we need to like really limit our individual behaviors. We should have, stop using plastic utensils and that shit. Like, or stop drinking from water bottles. But my position is if you have a group of people that are saying, it's so funny, like I'll see these people saying, oh, we need to, stop using plastic straws and shit. And they've got fucking hair color, they got pink hair and they have a full face of makeup. I'm like, that comes in a packaging and container, and then there's the products that are inside that then seep into the water system. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like,
stop throwing stones from glass houses is essentially what everybody should do.
Exactly. So
well, and then in that case too, we should all stop driving cars, go electric. We should all stop taking planes. All these celebrities need to stop taking private jets. Private jets cause so many CO2 emissions. It's insane. There's so many things that everybody should really stop doing, but are we all going to at once?
Well, it's kind of like Leo, who's kind of a notable, Leonardo DiCaprio is a notable environmentalist, and he's going on yachts and taking private jets, and it's like, I mean, I'm not super well versed in what his arguments are. I'm not sure if he's making a environmental argument of on an individual level you need to limit your consumption, but I don't think private jets are the most environment. I don't know. It's kind of a. Did you want to come in?
Yeah, I think that the point still stands that I think a lot of people like to virtue signal on the topic of climate change and tell other people what they should do while not addressing the stick that's literally stuck in their eye the entire time. And it feels good to.
M. Martin super chatted $100.
Yo, Martin, thank you, man.
It used to be called global cooling, then global warming, then climate change. It's completely political. It didn't stop the Obamas from purchasing waterfront property at $20 million. I'm also a real estate investor. Why are we not being warned as investors?
Hey, Martin, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, very good point.
Yeah, so I just think a lot of people are...
Eden Cheeks donated $100.
Cheeks!
Climate change sure happens, but in thousands, if not eons, of years later. As a science professor, you want to be climate change children need to read a book on how the numerical sensors work within weather studies. Fuels naturally grow back from Earth.
Wow. Cheeks, thank you so much for the 100. I'm very impressed by your resume there. Not only do you own, I think it was 70 Arby's on the East Coast, but you're also a science professor. Is that what he said? Wow. Cheeks, the Beat and Cheeks, the multi-talented super patron of the show. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so did you want to?
I will just say a final note. There's just a lot of hypocrisy surrounding climate change, and I think it's a hot button topic that people get revved up about. But there's so much to worry about in this life. So much.
Okay, got it. We are going to get a couple super chats in here. So let's see. First off, we'll do this. Stifler asked the ladies to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Is anybody? Let me start with it. Is it anyone a 10? Victoria?
Yeah, before we start.
I was 8 last time.
Oh, you were
I can't
8?
be 10 this time. I have to stick to the plan.
Here, we'll start with you.
I would say an 8.
Okay. All right, here we'll start here and then go around.
Say 7. Yeah.
Like a 8.5.
7.5. I don't know. I guess I'm being trying to be modest too, because I feel like if I say an 8, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, she's a butterface. She wears so much makeup. Take off the makeup." I'm like, fine. If I take off the makeup, yeah, I'm probably a 5. But I'm not with any of you, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah.
Okay. So 8, I think. No, I was saying that to her. What about?
I'm 8.
Oh.
7.
Okay. All right. No 10s tonight. What? No, there were.
Do you get a lot of girls who say they're 10s?
Yeah, we had this one girl.
Oh yeah.
I'm a 10.
We get a lot. Okay. M1 Garand. Would any of the girls date a man who legally owned a firearm?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
You seem kind of maybe hesitant.
Again, I am iffy about the whole topic, but I need to be educated more.
Sure.
I don't care.
You don't care, so you would.
No, I mean, I guess, yeah.
Huh, all right.
Not much drama tonight.
Tonight's unfortunately. We had a couple people flake who I think would have been good, but sadly, I think we have a more based panel tonight. Okay, so we have Saul Mose. Thank you for the 50. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Tuning in late, but was definitely excited for this one. Shout out to
Amala.
I'm sorry, I keep wanting to say Amala. So it's
Amala.
Yeah. Amala. Big fan. Hey, thank you, man. All right, we have that one came through. We have Es Dolce 13. Thank you for the 50, man. Much appreciated. And then I don't know if any came in through. Yeah, we do have some. Carson, can you pull up the recent events for Streamlabs here?
I've never done that before.
It's one of the other tabs. It's already open. It's like a green icon. You should see it. Sweet. Can you control mouse wheel up so it's a bit bigger so I can see it? Okay. Let's see. We have Christopher Fisher donated 50. Ladies, give up makeup or give up on social media? Oh, there's no question mark at the end there, but we'll do that one. Okay, let's do that. So, would you rather give up makeup or give up social media?
Either, really. I mean, my work is through social media, so I guess I'll give up makeup for now, and that'll be the choice.
I already gave up social media, so makeup too.
I mean, social media is my career, so I would give up makeup, and just go more natural face, which I could work with too. But if I could give up both and live my life without social media as well, without that income, I would honestly give up both. I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah, I think social media is really toxic, but it's also a great outlet to speak your voice and have a voice. So I'd probably give up makeup.
Social media?
Makeup.
Okay. Got it. All right. So we have a video to react to from, and I wanted to react. We reacted to it previously, but I wanted to get this table's take on it. Drew AFUALO. I don't know if I said that right. Are you guys familiar with her?
Yeah.
She's a pleasant woman.
Mm-hmm.
Carson, can you go ahead and pull that up? She reacted to one of my videos. So, yeah. Actually, you were there for that video. All right.
Hey, so you think you're 10?
Yeah. I think I'm gorgeous. I think I'm perfect.
Listen, don't take this the wrong way. You're not
Please
a 10.
lay it on me.
You're not a 10.
Okay. That's just your opinion.
All right. First of all, every time I feel like we stamp out a roach, aka a white man with a podcast like this,
Pause
and
it.
he contributes literally nothing.
So we're going to continue watching the rest of it, but it's kind of interesting that if you listen to what she said, stamp out another cockroach, aka a white man with a podcast. If you were to replace white man with any other group, so stamp out a cockroach, aka I'll let your imagination do the work, but if you were to insert another group into there, whether it's a sex or ethnic group or whatever it may be, you would be canceled. You would be canceled. So my kind of reaction to that is hatred, misandry towards, hatred of, hatred of men, hatred of white people is just mainstream tolerated in society. So your reaction to that first segment of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because as a society, we talk about how much we hate racism, but it's actually extremely socially acceptable so long as it's directed towards white people and specifically white males. And we're in this new era in the modern age where it's super trendy and fun to say that, but it's not cool. And Drew's real famous for that.
I mean, Okay. I mean, shut up, Brian. Damn. Anyways, I mean, I understand. I know that there's a lot of controversy between that, how people can make a lot of racist comments towards like white people. But if she were to say that, if you were African American or you were Mexican or something, then people would be like, they would have way more hatred towards it than just you being white. And even then, you weren't even the only one to say anything. Not everyone on that panel that night was white, so she was just attacking you. So it's very controversial, and I think it should be brought to people's attention that white people are definitely put out there when it comes to us being racist towards them.
Anybody else have a reaction?
I do agree that it's not really fair, and also I don't know too much about critical race theory, but what I've heard is that like basically if you are born white, you are automatically racist, and so that's the projection. So I feel like that's why it's been socially acceptable for not everyone, for people to take jabs at white people, white men. I don't think any of it's acceptable. Like people are just people. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with what everybody else said. I don't really have a comment on this.
I think she was responding with hatred to your hatred. So
hate. Well, it wasn't.
It had nothing to do with his race.
But
it had nothing.
No, it has nothing to do with his race.
No, obviously she's upset. She's free to feel upset about what I said, and I don't have an issue with that. Obviously, I'm being blunt with the girl. Mm-hmm. I'm basically she's saying she thinks she's a 10. In other words, putting herself. She thinks of herself as on par with the most beautiful women in the world. That's delusional. However, I would have no issue with her like roast, and she actually we don't need to play the rest of it. She basically just like, oh, this guy looks like he sells Bibles, and like she's like this guy looks like a dork. Like, but I don't make the claim that I think I'm a 10. I think I'm like a 6. But she could have attacked, oh, like this guy's a dickhead, blah blah blah. Fine, ad hominem, whatever. But it's interesting to me that in response to that segment from our dating podcast, she mentions she has to bring in race to it. It's just like
to attract the more audience, because imagine how many people were like, oh yes, that's what happened. Like it's a way to appear to bigger audience.
Her audience is mostly women.
Yeah, but like black women who probably think the same
you're
way.
About to say some. You're about to say some crazy shit. What?
What do you mean?
Oh God, Victoria, bro.
What?
All right, finish your sentence.
No, I was saying that it's a way. I don't think it's a correct way to say, and I don't like when people put like white, black, whatever. And I think it's incorrect to appear to things you can't control when you're born. It's something that you have, like, it's just wrong and it's diminishing. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm just saying that the way she approached this response was to appear to the bigger audience, because I had similar situation in my life where the African American man was started to tell me that I was racist because I was not answering his question while he was being rude to me. So I was ignoring him, and he said I'm racist because I was ignoring him. And I was in the same situation, and I understand what it feels like, but it's just the way for people to connect through those kind of labels or stereotypes.
Okay. All right. Natasha, anything?
I just think it's funny that her entire fan base, all of her content is based on hating men. And I will say that in some videos, it's like, I mean, she goes for videos where guys are being wrong and they're being disrespectful and rude to women, but I just think it's funny that her whole entire, she's only famous because she hates guys and she makes fun of them.
Word, toxic, definitely toxic. So, yeah, it's just kind of interesting that if basically just hatred of white people seems to be mainstream, acceptable in today's society. Anyways, that's totally unrelated to dating, so let's move on. Okay, so the original thing we were talking about was, what's your most controversial dating take? I don't recall exactly where we left off. If you have one, you said something, if I recall. You already went. You maybe needed a bit more time to think of something. Yeah. Do you have anything?
I guess with the whole getting married part, taking the man's last name and having my children take their last name as well, even though they're both of our children. Personally, like when my husband and I have kids, I personally would like them to have my last name. Lux is my real last name. I think it's a great last name. I feel like names are very important in the world, and names also, if they're rememberable, it helps people remember you. And getting in the world is really not about what you know, but who you know, and names get you remembered. I mean, obviously that's not all you need to be successful. But my name, Morgan Lux, people remember it. I don't know. It has definitely helped. Obviously it hasn't created my entire success. I don't know. It's not that controversial, but it's just, I guess, an opinion I have.
Okay. Interesting. So are you going to hyphenate?
Possibly. We haven't talked that much about it. I mean, he likes my last name too, and we've talked about our possible children names and whatnot with the last name Lux. And yeah, I mean, we could hyphenate it too. It's not that big of a deal to me. I think it would just be nice for them to have a rememberable name. Good names, get you places.
Okay.
Not entirely though, because I don't want this chat to be like, oh my God, that's not why. And it's like, no, that doesn't determine your entire success. That's not what I'm saying at all. Okay.
So I want to give just really show of hands. Who wants to have kids? Everybody. Okay. Some of you, though, don't want to get married, for example, you. So perhaps you're not going to change your name, but what are you going to do for your kids? Hyphenate or?
They can have his name. My name is connected to my dad, who wasn't even around, so it doesn't even really make sense to carry on that last name.
Okay, yeah. Sure. What about you? Hyphenate or?
My kids will have their father's last name.
I'm going to hyphenate, but I haven't thought about my kids, but I really like my last name. My last name's Stag.
Stag.
It goes well with things. I think it's cool. So it would be cool.
All right, yeah.
But I'm fine with the traditional way as well.
Sure.
I don't care.
I'd prefer them to have my husband's.
Okay. And will you guys change your last names?
Yeah. I'm going to hyphenate.
Hyphenate or
no,
you'll change?
I would change.
You would change. Okay, if you got married. Okay. Here, the problem with hyphenation is if everybody hyphenated on a long enough timeline, after what, 2, 3, 4 generations, that's like 16 last names, son.
True. It's true.
You just, okay, if you go 2, then 4, then 8, then 16. So hyphenation just doesn't work, right? You know? It ain't gonna work.
Extra.
Yeah.
Too much.
And then what happens if you're hyphenated and then you get married and they don't have a hyphen? Is it 3? Does it replace one of them, or do you just, scuffed? Okay.
What do you? I mean, the traditional route is for the man to.
Yeah, that is the
that's
traditional route.
Mm-hmm. He is the man of the house. The kids have his.
He gets the
name.
name.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Question for you. So you don't want to take you said you're going to get married, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're engaged.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to keep your last name.
I will be keeping my last name. Yes.
And he's contemplating switching to your last name.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, but for the kids.
I mean, possibly. It's just a conversation we've had. It's not. If we ultimately decide for them to have his last name or hyphenate it, it really doesn't matter to me. I just think it might be kind of nice and or cool for them to like carry on my last name, just because Lux, it's short and it sounds great with a lot of names and it's rememberable. That's really it. I don't mind if they have his last name.
Sure.
It's really not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, got it. Would you question? Let's say there's an intruder, breaks into your house, boom. Do you want to deal with it, or do you want your husband to deal with it?
My husband.
Oh. Okay. All right. Tradition.
I mean, again, it's really not that big of a deal. Like he and I have had conversations about
Sure.
it. It's
It's negotiable, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, between he and I, we were having an open conversation about it. If he really felt strongly about it, then like I would take his last name if he really felt like, because I asked him if it would bother him. He said no. You can have your you can keep your last name. Like it's not that big of a deal.
I'll say this: if I were to get married, which I have no intention of doing, if I were to get married and my wife was like, "Hey, listen, we're gonna hyphenate," I'd be like, "Cool." However, when there's a home invasion, a break-in, you're going to go deal with that.
What if she only hyphenated her name and all the kids had your last name? Like if it was like...
Well, it's more, I'm thinking of it more so in terms of the kids.
Okay.
You know? Okay. All right.
I feel like it almost sounds like is it an insecurity issue? Is it just a dominance thing? Well, I'm just wondering what the bother is, because if let's say, not that you would be my husband, but no, I didn't. That sounded really bad. But let's say we're having a conversation. You wanted you.
There it is.
Hold on, just a sec. We'll get to it. Thanks, Martin.
Stag, are you an author? Because you are writing a book of bad ideas. Working mother, environmentalist, hyphenate. Someone needs to introduce you to the gospel of anthropology. You're 19. You still have a chance. But the path you're on will only end in disenfranchisement.
Oh, disenfranchisements. Are you prepared for the disenfranchisement?
Yeah, I'm prepared for the disenfranchisement.
She's prepared. Yo, Martin, thank you for the 100, man. Much appreciated. By the way, Martin, shoot me a DM on Instagram, whatever. Continue.
Yeah, so I'm just curious, just because again, my fiance and I, if he really wanted me to take his last name, I would. I would respect that. That's all.
Oh, okay. But so you said it's insecure?
No, I'm asking.
Oh, is it?
I'm asking. I'm not saying I'm not
insecure.
No, I'm asking, is it a dominance thing? Is it wanting to
That's how it's supposed to be.
No, it's just if you want a 50-50, if you're kind of more liberal, more feminist, whatever, you want the 50-50, then I'm all right, cool. But when the burglar comes, you're going to have to kind of take care of it.
I guess, yeah. And as far as like
equality.
Well, equality, like men and women both work nowadays. Like if we wanted to go back to like quote unquote how traditional used to be, like where the woman stays at home with the kids and cooks and cleans and the man brings in the income, you know, like hunter-gatherer type stuff. Like that's not really how it is always anymore.
Well, I think we still have that.
We do.
And up until the 50s, well, I mean, up until very recently, that was kind of the standard.
We do. And traditions are just changing depending on every household. Things are different. But some households have that, still carry that tradition. There's stay-at-home wives, there's stay-at-home dads.
I guess my issue is like, I'm all for equality, right? But I don't like this buffet approach to equality where it's like, I like this, I like that, but don't really like that. Paying for the first date, nah, the guys can keep doing that, or splitting the bill. The guy, you know, I prefer the guy to keep paying for the dates. What else? You know, I want the guy to still be able to protect me. Still want that. You know, so I 50-50 is fine, but you want the benefits of equality, but not the corresponding responsibilities.
But you also don't want responsibilities. You don't want to get married. You don't really care about that argument, right? Because you don't want to get married.
Well, okay. Well, that's specifically related to the hyphenation thing. But there are other expectations that you have in long-term relationships. So, and I suppose you can have kids out of wedlock. So it's not necessarily has to do with marriage. I suppose I could have kids but not want to be married. So, and then
nice example.
What's that?
Nice example.
What do you mean?
Example to your kids.
What?
You mean if you want to have kids without getting married as an example for your kids, so they're probably going to do the same in their lives.
I'm not following.
She's saying it's a bad example to not be married and to have kids because then they'll do the same thing.
Oh. I mean, TikTok's kind of already doing that for me, but
two-parent household is the most important thing. It's not the piece of paper. So kids growing up and looking up and seeing two parents is what's important. It's not necessarily mom and dad went to the courthouse and they signed that piece of paper. It's the fact that mom and dad are there. So I think that should be the industry standard as it pertains to children.
Okay. Your most controversial dating take?
I don't know. I don't think I really have. I mean, apparently M. Martin thinks I do.
Let me see what your Hinge prompts were. Hold on. Let me see what you wrote. Okay.
So you're fine with going on dates with guys who are like 14 years older than you are?
Wait,
what?
Wait, who said they wanted to go on a date?
You met with her on Hinge, right?
Oh. No, we didn't. We haven't dated.
Yeah, but
I finessed for the show.
Well, that's how he gets girls to come on.
But like you matched.
She's talking about the age settings that you have.
Yeah. Well, when we first matched, it was like a few days into Hinge, and I didn't realize like I had like for Hinge there's like one section that like for dating and it says like this is a deal breaker, and I didn't realize that like the deal breaker setting was off. But normally, no, I would not go for guys Brian's age.
14.
RIPs in the chat, boys. RIPs in the chat. Okay, so I have your Hinge profile pulled up here. So unfortunately, we didn't take screenshots of these prompts. By the way, good photo.
Thank you.
Good photo. Okay, so together, I'm going to read it here. Let's keep it here for now. Together, we could make up. Should I do it in girl voice? Hold on.
Wait, can you impersonate my voice though?
Try to do your voice?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
We got it.
Together, we could make up fake, crazy life stories while talking to random people.
When did I get a Southern accent?
It started like as a deep, and then it became Southern. Here, I'll just do it Southern. Maybe like Southern Belle. Together, we could make up fake, crazy life stories. Hold on. Okay, let me just do this normal.
Just do it normal.
Crazy life stories while talking to random people at the bar. Okay, go.
How do you want me to elaborate?
Your prompt says make up fake crazy life stories while talking to random people at the bar. Go.
Do you want me to make up a fake crazy
Let's
story?
Go right now.
All right. Okay. On this, we're on a date. We're talking to people. Yep. We're both in the circus. I'm an acrobat. You're a lion tamer, and we were in, I don't know, like Romania, and we're on tour, and we're touring the country.
What?
The whole point is to have fun.
Okay.
Brian, my hinge is kind of a joke, but
Here, hold on. Let me see the other ones. All right, you have. I want someone who is a dime that's top of the line, cute face, slim waist.
I did not say that.
No. But you say I want someone who is a dime that's top of the line.
Yeah.
You know that's from a song, right? Wait, you don't know that's part of a song lyric?
What? I got it off
I
of
want a
TikTok.
dime that's top of the line, cute face, thin waist, and a big behind. What song is that? Is that T-Pain or some shit? Flo Rida?
I've definitely heard it. I got
Lil
that
Jon?
off of TikTok.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Okay, it is part of it's a song lyric. And then you say, or a solid 7 that will keep me laughing with a Costco card.
I think keeping me laughing. I date a guy if I think they're funny. And Costco has great samples.
Okay. So
That's also kind of a joke, but
so these are just jokes.
I don't really.
They're kind of serious though.
I don't really take Hinge seriously. Like I've never really wanted to meet somebody over online dating, but I think it's like getting a relationship. I think it's like fun to just like kind of like spark an interest again, or just like I haven't gone on a date with anybody from a dating app.
Ever? How long have you been on Hinge?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So you're just doing it for attention?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, I appreciate your honesty. That's what a lot of people are on there, just for some attention or validation, or to
I think it's
waste
just,
time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you get bored.
You want a dime, top of the line, solid 7. They'll keep me laughing with a Costco card. Okay.
That's funny.
Do you value humor a lot in a partner? Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Are you funny yourself?
I think so.
Make me laugh.
Okay, maybe I'm not funny. I don't. What do you want me to
sorry,
say?
I'm putting the pressure on you.
Yeah,
here a
you
little bit.
are.
I'm kind of grilling you.
You
a little
are.
Bit. So okay, let me get your last prompt here. Okay, we have. I'm convinced that I can fight anyone and win.
Oh wait, no. But you have to go.
That's it.
Yeah, but no, go to the end, to the video.
Oh, this is.
Oh damn.
Hold on, let me see if I can hold it up to the here. Carson, put it on the other camera.
Oh my god.
The other one.
It's all blurry. She's just fucking someone up, and what is that?
Oh.
Yeah, that's you getting all. Okay, so you're. Oh, it was a joke.
Well, it's a joke because
Okay.
then guys come into the chat with, I don't think that you can like, like.
So you're like trolling them.
Yeah. It
Okay.
works well.
So you can't actually fight anyone and win.
No. Does it look like it there?
No, you got pile drunk.
Yeah.
Like.
To be fair,
This guy
though,
has a great mullet, though. I will
He
give him
does. To
that.
be fair, I didn't know that he was a wrestler before, but we live and we learn.
Yeah. Are you okay after that? It looked intense.
I was fine.
Oh, okay. It was a ball pit or some shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so who here's on the dating app? Are you guys on dating apps? Because you guys are. Natasha's on the dating app. What about you?
No.
No.
You
sound like a velociraptor right there.
I'm busy. I don't have time for that.
You're too busy. Okay, you're on the dating app. Natasha, which one are you on? Hinge, Tinder, Christian Mingle?
Christian Mingle.
Just Hinge.
Is that where you met your boyfriend?
No, I met him at a bar.
Oh, good times.
Yeah, good times.
Good times. By the way, can you do a tricep flex so we can see the tat?
Can I do?
Oh shit! Did you do push-ups or what's up?
I work out.
Okay.
I go to the gym.
Yeah, that's a sick tat though. Very cool
Thank
tat.
you.
Very cool tattoo. Okay, so your most controversial dating take was what? Did you say it?
I don't think.
How did we get onto your Hinge? I don't know. I'm all over the place.
Well, because
tonight.
you were asking for my most controversial.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very much like people should do what they want to do, and if somebody has a problem with that, then like, F them. Like it's your life. Do what you want to do. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there domestic violence in your past relationship?
No.
Because you said you want to fight everyone.
No.
I'm
said
kidding.
I think I can fight everyone and win.
Okay. Your most controversial dating take.
I think I said it already.
Did you?
Yeah, I said that I don't think people should live together before marriage, but only if you want to get married. So
I see. Okay.
I don't know if this is controversial or not, but I think that people shouldn't keep rosters or like be seeing multiple people at a time. I feel like a lot of people do that these days. That's the only why I think it might be controversial or something.
Yeah.
I feel like at that point it's not overly serious, or they're into polygamy, which I've been in like a polyamorous relationship with my fiance, and I were dating another girl for a little while, but it was kind of one of those things where we all love each other, but we all three of us knew at the end of the day, like, we were all just like having fun. We all love each other, but like we all knew that it was my fiance and I at the end of the day, and she was 100% fine with that. Like, she had no intention of trying to all three of us be married and all be together, you know. But yeah, I don't know if I could have done a relationship like that with anybody else. It was a very special case with her. Yeah, it was an interesting dynamic for a little bit. But other than that, I don't know how I feel about polygamy. It's an interesting topic.
Did you struggle with jealousy at all during that time, or was it just clean slate?
No, it was clean slate. We were all very open about it, and I could see how somebody would struggle with jealousy with that. But again, it was a very special case with this girl, and her and I have a lot of trust in each other. And yeah, and I was the one that initiated it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
By the way, guys, there's 3,500 of you watching this live. So please, guys, like the video. Let's see if we can get us to 2,000 likes. 2,000 likes on the video, guys. Drop a thumbs up. 3.7. Oh, yeah. Let me do this one. Go ahead. Let's just pull it up while we have it. AA Ron Martinez, easy. Thank you for the 50. Maddie, you read this one.
Maddie, if you're gonna tell a fake story, you gotta add some action to it. Like, be a lion tamer couple who lost all your lions betting on the World Cup, then won all of them back in a Morgan Freeman karaoke contest. That's a good one. But you gotta like roll into it. You can't just like give out your whole life story. They have to be asking questions, be interested. That's the fun part.
Okay. All right. This is a tough panel because I feel like everyone kind of is based a little bit to some degree. So what can I say to piss all of you off, or some of you?
Can I ask what based means? Like, I'm sorry.
Based in reality. Based.
What's the opposite of based?
Woke.
Woke. Okay.
Woke,
I mean.
I guess.
Yeah.
Not like, okay. Okay, here. How about this? Should body count matter?
Ooh.
Let's start with you.
Me?
Yep, you.
That's a tough one. Speaking to different guys, like, I've met guys who like absolutely care a lot, but I've met guys who don't really care. So I think it's all like, personally, I wouldn't really want to date a guy that has like this huge body count, but it is normal, like, in society. And I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but it is normal for a guy to have a higher body count than the girl does.
Can we ask what everybody else's like body count is first, and then answer that question? Because I feel like that'd be very helpful.
She's already shaking her head.
Well, I feel like that'd be very helpful for, you know.
Here, why don't you start?
My body count is 3.
Yo, stop.
Stop the cap.
It's
Bro,
3.
your body count is not 3.
On God, it's 3.
It's not 3. She
It's
said
3.
it before, but she caps last show.
Exactly. I said it last time.
There's
it
no
was
way
3.
it's 3. I'm sorry, there's no way it's 3.
3.
Your body
I
count
think-
is not 3.
I think that when it comes to women, that body count matters. When it comes to men, I don't think it matters.
Why does it matter for women and not for men?
Because here's the thing. Women are women. Like, even ugly guys will want to fuck you. Even hot guys will want to fuck you because, you know, like, you got something and a lot of men are going to want it, whether they like you or they don't. For men, it's a lot harder. Like, if you see an ugly guy, whether you're an ugly girl or a pretty girl, you're still going to, like...
Keep going. I just have to whisper something to her.
I thought we weren't supposed to do that. Just say it.
It's a name.
When it comes to men, Like, it's way harder for them to just like hook up with people. Like, if you have a good looking man, like, yeah, he can go and sleep with a bunch of people, but no female is gonna sleep with an ugly guy or a fat guy. But when it comes to girls,
Martin super chatted $100.
Thank you.
You like jokes? I've got you, Stag. Why did God create women? To get an easy way to move men from the bed to the toilet. And I can confirm, Brian is a master cat tamer.
cat tamer.
What?
Huh?
Why?
Yo,
God.
Martin, thank you, man. I got something for you here. Hold on. That was good. Seaman?
Seaman?
I'm confused.
I'm confused.
Does anyone get the joke?
I don't know what happened.
You got it?
Joke. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Yes.
But
Like, no.
Yeah.
You don't get the joke? Nobody?
Could we see the comment
Wait, what
again?
happened? Yeah, what did it say? I wasn't even paying attention. What did...
It's fine. It's fine. Or yeah, pull it up. That's fine. Whatever. To get an easy way to move from bed
Semen from
to
the bed
the toilet.
Think about intercourse.
Yeah, but from bed
To
the
jacking
Yeah, but
off.
why from
I
bed? From why from
Oh,
bed?
bed jacking off.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I get it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. But why am I a master cat tamer? I don't do that. That's a spicy thing we can talk about.
Cat tamer.
Master tame cats?
I'm talking about
Anyways.
cunnilingus.
Anyways,
Yeah.
anyways.
We'll talk about that later.
But
Let's
yeah,
go back to body
it's more
count.
important for women. Like, I think like two men, no one wants to be with a girl that lets anybody and everybody fuck her. And when it comes to a guy, it is harder for them to have sex or get hookups.
I agree, honestly. In some ways,
What
I
do you agree
don't,
with?
But,
That it's harder for men?
Yeah, I think that it's harder for men to sleep with women. I think that's definitely true.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could go out like tonight and have sex if I wanted to. It doesn't mean that he's super hot, but I could.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
women
you
can
could.
go out and just fuck anybody. It's harder
Yeah.
for men. So I think for men, when they're looking for a partner, that it is important. But when it comes to me, like, I don't care. It's not important.
Yeah, I think body count speaks a lot to what you value, and there will be guys who think a high body count is acceptable because they have the same values as you, and then there will be men who don't. I think it's also important to acknowledge the connections made through sex are vastly different for men and women. Women have a far greater emotional connection when doing, sex with somebody else, whereas men can be far more frivolous and less connected when engaging in sex with another person. Agree.
All right. Okay.
Sex is an energy exchange, and there's women produce a hormone when they have sex with partners or when they produce that same hormone when they give birth. So for women, the more people you do have sex with, it just spreads that out a lot. Well, it makes it harder to bond with people. It really does. Yeah. Women who do have a higher body count and I've seen this in people that I know, they have a harder time maintaining significant relationships or relationships with significant others. Good Lord, I can't talk. Yeah, it's scientifically proven.
Over here, you guys.
Spoke. I don't have anything to add. I agree.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
No,
we'll have to have you come back. I'll get some college feminists for you next time. My apologies. It's just kind of the way the cards fell, I guess. Natasha, any thoughts?
I was just gonna say I think I also value a man who values their own body count as well. I find that to be very respectable, honestly.
Agreed.
Oh, you can pull that one back up, Carson. I'll get it right now. Yo, Martin, thank you for the 50. Appreciate all your support tonight, man. Brian, Stag told the story of you being a lion tamer, cat tamer. It's a double entendre. Eh bien, merci pour le français. C'est très bien. Yeah, that just whooshed right over my fucking head. Typical, right? Thank you, though, man. Appreciate it. So, okay. Body count. Maybe if I can frame it, I don't know how I'm going to frame it in a way to get you all offended. Well, he brought up cats. So is it a deal breaker if a guy won't go down on you? Natasha?
Oh, God. Wow. I actually don't. Hold on. I have to think about that. Is it a deal breaker? I don't know. I find it odd that a man might not want to. I've never come across someone that didn't feel that. I've never come across someone that's felt that way, that they didn't want to do that. Actually, that's a lie. That's a dirty lie. I have. I'm so sorry. I actually have. And it was very odd. I'm not going to lie. It was super weird.
It was weird? Yeah,
it made it really... It didn't make it weird, but it was a bit different. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have anything really to say about it.
Kazakhstan. What's up?
I don't think I really care. It's not my best favorite thing, so.
Oh my God. Jesus, Ryan. Goddamn.
Okay, what's up? What about you?
I think if you're going down on them, then they should go down on you.
Huh.
That's it.
Okay.
If they're not going down on you, then... sorry. If you're not going down on them, then they don't have to go down on you. But I think it's quality in that point.
Okay. I have a response to that, but I want to let everyone go first. Go ahead. Okay. Deal breaker if the guy won't go down.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm not gonna like suck your dick for like 45 minutes if you're gonna like not go down on me. Like
45 minutes. God damn.
It's impressive. Happened. Traumatic, but yeah, like I was dealing with a guy who it felt like 45 minutes, and he just really didn't want to like go down on me, and I was like, okay. And it's definitely not a pH balance issue, because I've had men go down on me and it's just fine. So he just didn't like it, period. He told me he just didn't really like doing that with girls, and so he would a little bit, but then yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
It's his personal preference.
So okay, if a guy didn't want to do it, would you still go down on him though?
Yeah, I do.
Chameleon. Okay.
I do that. Yeah.
I think sex is really low on the priority board for me as far as a healthy relationship, so it would not be a deal breaker. No.
Oh, okay. All right. So you said that you would you be vindictive about it insofar as if the guy doesn't want to go down on me, then I'm not going to do it for you?
No, I'd still do it, but I'd want to have like a I'd still, do it, but I'd want to have a conversation and be like, hey, what's up? Like, what's wrong? Like, why don't you want to, I guess? But I would also like preface the point that like, I probably won't want to if you don't want to. Like, it would turn me off.
It would turn you off?
Yes.
If a guy didn't want to go down on you. Okay. Would you kind of clown on him with your female friends? If he was like, this guy didn't want to do this.
No.
Okay.
Maybe to like one person, but I'm not going to like go into a whole room and be like, oh my God, like he didn't want to go down on me. I think I'd like talk to it with like a close friend and be like, what do I do? But I'm not going to like they might clown on it or make fun of him, but I don't think I would.
Okay. Well, as far as that goes, it's kind of like, I think about it in the reverse. Like if someone told you, well, if guys were like, oh, your girlfriend doesn't want to give BJs, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of girls would be kind of like, oh, that's kind of like, it's my choice. Like, I don't want to do that, you know?
Yeah, but I like see the guy's point of like, if you are dating, like people have sexual needs. I'm not saying go sleep with everybody, but like when you're in a relationship, like people have sexual needs, and like, I mean, if you don't want to do it, that's totally up to you and your partner. But like, for me and a partner, that's like kind of what I partly want. Like that's part of it. And for like, if some guy was like, oh, like not like saying it in like a condescending way, but like if he had a problem with that, like I could understand.
Sure. Yeah, I guess my whole thing on it is that if it's just like, I will not be in a relationship with someone who doesn't go down on me, that's totally fine. But I think when it gets to the point of I otherwise like giving head, on condition that I also receive it. That seems like a bit tit for tat to me, whereas like there's certain, like, I think there's some things that your partner might like that maybe you don't. And
well,
like, for example, if you're, not to be crude, but if you're, if say the guy wants to have anal sex, maybe he doesn't want to get fucked in the ass. I'm just saying, maybe he doesn't want to get pegged, you know? But he wants to. Is this inappropriate?
You're good. You're good. It's your show.
It is
something interesting.
It is a different scenario, though, if you want to put it that way, because a lot of guys don't want to experiment with that either because they don't want to be deemed as gay. And even if, because the G spot is in the man's ass. So I mean, it is.
Talking about the prostate, or what is it? What is it? Is it the prostate?
Yeah.
No?
So like, if they fucked around with it, it would feel good. But a lot of men don't even want to try it because they're like, no, I'm not gay.
Are you saying that you peg your boyfriend? Is that?
No, not at all.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
No, not at all. No, hell no.
Oh, okay.
Hell no. Hell no.
You seem very descriptive with the G-spot thing. So I was
it's a fact.
Oh, it is, yeah.
But no, I've never pegged anyone. I've never pegged anyone.
I'll just say this. I haven't gone down on a girl since the Bush administration. So that's like...
Can I ask why?
2008. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't really like it.
Have you like dated a girl since then?
Yeah. I've had multiple long-term relationships since then.
Look
at her face.
Actually, you said, I believe when we talked about this last time I was here, you had said that you just don't like that stuff like on your face or whatever. But then you
That's
proceeded.
not what I said, but
then you proceeded to smell that girl's armpit.
That's
in
totally
your face.
irrelevant. That's
what was your statement
first off,
about
she
like
paid
why
me
you don't
$500 to smell her.
What?
He did it twice. He did it.
She's this OnlyFans chick, and she stank.
No, Brian said that he liked how she smelled. He said she smelled like a forest.
What the fuck?
That's what you said. Run it back.
I did not say I liked how she smelled.
No, he got mad at me. He's like, stop bullying my forest girl.
She paid me $500 to smell her.
Yeah, he verified after he said she
A win is a win. A win is a win.
So what was your statement on why you just don't like things like that on your face? Like
I didn't say
around
that.
Your face.
First off, don't misquote me.
Okay,
sir.
so what did you say?
Huh?
Ma'am?
Those nails. Okay, what?
Wait, huh?
So what was your question?
So I'm asking you what she said. Why? So what? Stop.
Why?
If you don't like it, you don't like it, and that's a fine answer.
Yeah, why don't you?
Okay, there's a couple reasons. First off, I got some neck pain issues, so it's tough. It's tough, you know.
So it's age problem.
I'm an old man, I'm getting frail in my old age. So the neck pain, it's just here. Okay, there's a couple reasons. The neck pain, and then look. First off, for any guy, I recommend. At least you got to wait 3 months. You can't be doing that shit from the start. Because people be fucking people. A lot of people. So my big thing is that in today's day and age, promiscuity is the norm. So you have to, especially here in California, you have to anticipate when you're going on a first date with a girl, or even when you eventually, whether you hook up on the first date, the second date, the third date, you have to go in assuming that she's sleeping with another guy. So to me, that would be, first off, I don't want to do anything with a girl. I don't even want to date a girl that's fucking another guy. Don't talk to me if you're fucking someone else. Fine. If you want to be sleeping around, go for it. Don't even talk to me if you're fucking another dude. That sounded scary.
It's valid. It's valid.
It's just like, I don't want to date someone. I don't want to kiss someone. I don't want to cuddle. I don't want to, I don't go down, but that's one of the reasons why I don't want to have sex with someone who is sleeping with someone else. A lot of these guys in the space say, well, if she's kind of promiscuous, recreational use only. No, she is no use. Like you don't even pursue a girl that's fucking another guy. I don't care if it's your first date. If she's fucking another guy, I have no interest. So the dating meta as it is, you basically have to assume that going in that she's sleeping with someone else. So for that reason, I don't want to go down on a girl, because the thought of she fucked a dude last night without a rubber, he came inside her, and then I'm going to go down on her. Fuck that. And that is dating in 2023. So that's one of the chief reasons why I don't do it. And I want to make something clear. I don't have a double standard on this. Women can be equally disgusted at the thought of dating, hooking up with, performing fellatio on a man that fucked a chick yesterday. Agreed. That could be repulsive, and I think for a lot of women it is, if you articulate it in that way. So to me, it's just, and look, I've been on dates with girls who, and I don't opt for a second date. I've been on dates with girls where they tell me like, hey, I was on 2 dates this weekend. I've got 3 dates scheduled. And I'm like, cool, but like, find somebody else, you know? And here's the worst part. Like, you can even have an upfront, overt conversation about this. Be like, hey, are you seeing other people? They could still lie. Even if they tell you, hey, I'm just talking to you. A lot of girls might not want to risk losing you by being honest and be like, yeah, I fucked someone yesterday. Men are going to do the same thing too. They're not going to be like, yeah, I just fucked someone earlier this afternoon. You know, they're not going to say that, because maybe if they're real fucking G's, they might say it, but they realize like, probably going to like lose the girl if I'm telling her I just fucked some other chick. So that's why I don't do it, because I'm trying to protect myself here.
I see your point. I understand. Yeah.
I mean, look.
I do have a question though. Would you have like a problem if like a girl didn't want to go down on you?
It's not honestly, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Head's great, but it's kind of a slight bummer, but it's not a deal breaker.
And I respect that.
But I would sort of view it like if it was a vindictive thing, like if she wanted it she otherwise does give head, but then doesn't because I personally dislike it. Again, not a deal breaker. I would understand to a degree, but I think when it comes to sex, there's some things that your partner likes that maybe you don't. And instead of saying, well, because you don't like that, I'm not going to do this as a sort of almost revenge in some sort of way. I think that's kind of a weird framework. But if a girl genuinely didn't like giving head, like a little bit of a bummer, but like not a deal breaker, I don't really care. And like you said, there's more important things when it comes to relationships than sex. So
if you were in a committed relationship and she obviously got STD tested and you knew she was completely clean, would that change it for you? Or you're just like, no, I don't really enjoy it. It's not really for me.
Is she on birth control?
She could be, if that was a deal breaker for you, if that would make you want to. Yeah. If not, let's say yes.
We'll say yes. She's on birth control.
Yeah.
Well, here's the secondary problem. Is if we're having sex and I'm just blasting.
What?
If you're just blasting.
What did you say?
Huh? Blasting. If I'm coming inside her.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Then I'm like that. So it's like there's kind of no winning, I suppose.
Well, if you did it before that, though.
I hope you enjoy my honesty at the least. But what's
no,
that?
I do. So if you did it before you came inside her.
It lingers. You know, it lingers.
It doesn't linger for days.
And I think it changes the pH balance a little bit.
Well, then it actually lasts up to 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure. Like it's in your system for 2 weeks.
This is a terrible conversation.
Welcome to the Whatever podcast. But yeah, I mean, as far as like if she didn't like giving BJs, it's not a big deal. I'd rather have a girl who just Stop reading my notes.
No, I'm reading the comments.
Oh, you're reading the comments. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'd rather have a girl who I truly love. She truly loves me. And it doesn't matter if either she gives bad head or she doesn't give head at all. You know, as long as she's enthusiastic when it comes to sex, like it's not a deal breaker. Let me get the soup chat while we're at it. Go ahead. Hold on. Actually, no overlap on this. Destined. Yo, thank you for that. Nick Moore with the Australian $80. Thank you. Interested in everyone's perspective on, I think this is Kiwi now, on finding a serious committed relationship as a man within the LGBT community. Most guys within the dating world are overtly feminine and sexually promiscuous, using apps just for sex. Thoughts? Wait, LGBT community.
Like a gay relationship.
As a man within
yeah.
LGBT. Okay, so are you gay, Nick Moore?
Most guys within the dating world are overly feminine.
No, I'm not judging. I'm just asking if you're gay. Most guys within the dating world are overtly feminine. I mean, there's some masculine gay men, but and sexually promiscuous. That's true. I think that's definitely true in the gay community. But using apps for just sex. Thoughts? That's a tough one because I'm not gay, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure how to help you there. Have you thought about, is there like a passport bros movement for gay men? Have you guys heard of the passport bros?
Yeah.
Where it's basically men in Western countries, they're tired of the women in their home countries for whatever reason, and they're looking to go overseas or go to South America, go to Southeast Asia. Hold on. Oh, Mike Davis. Good to see you, man.
Cents. I never go down on women. That's some emasculating beta shit. Why the hell would I put my mouth on something that probably smells like the sewer plus STDs? That's why men created vibrators for you dumb bitches. I'll need one of those swimming nose clips if I ever.
Okay, well, your penis probably looks like a tiny mushroom that probably needs to get checked because you probably have those like tiny little bumps on them and stuff. Like,
whoa. Are you body shaming Mike Davis?
I mean, he's body shaming all of us. So
that's him. That's him, by the way. Oh gosh. This is actually. Wait, Carson, can you? Yeah, look at that guy. He's pretty handsome, right?
I would also be a little concerned about the women that you're sleeping with if that is the aroma that you are.
I also feel
receiving.
like he must. Sorry,
Wait,
continue.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
No, that was the end of my.
I was just saying. I think that it's fine if you don't want to go down on women, but I think your reasons for it.
Mike Davis's.
Yeah, Mike Davis's reasons.
Sorry, that motorcycles.
Are a little misogynistic, and you probably don't have a chance of going down on a girl, even if you wanted to.
Whoa, Mike Davis. Shots fired, Mike Davis.
Oh gosh.
Could you hide that, Carson? Does it change anything for you guys? You said he probably doesn't get any, right? Mike Davis.
I wouldn't want to.
Listen, Mike Davis, every fortnight, me and him, we have a long 3-hour conversation on the phone. And I want to let you know that he owns 200 Burger King restaurants in North Carolina and other East Coast states. Does that change your opinion of him?
Is this supposed to impress me?
I think so.
You guys actually call
No.
Yeah, we have powwows, me and Mike Davis.
I love that.
Burger King is the worst fast food restaurant chain. So no, that is like another L. If you're going to own fast food restaurant chains, own something else other than a fucking Burger King, bro.
Holy
Actually, I have a
shit.
question.
Oh, there we go.
One of y'all said that
Lit
he
up.
was misogynistic.
I did.
What is your definition of misogynistic coming from a man?
Oh.
I guess
like
no,
what did he say that was despiteful
Was it
towards women?
Perhaps the sewage?
The sewage, and the just assuming that everyone had STDs.
Closer.
Just assuming that everybody had STDs in the sewage. I think he said pretty rude stuff. I think that like if you don't want to go down, that's fine. But his reasons were totally invalid.
I mean, I think it really depends how you take it.
Is that how you see women?
Listen. So, like we mentioned earlier with body count, women can go and fuck anybody and everybody. And like we talked about earlier, women also majority of the time lie about what they're doing, who they're having sex
Stop
with.
it. Get some help.
Oh, sorry about that. Keep going.
And things like that. So, I mean, I think that it's fair for men to not want to go down on a woman.
Yo, Devin says here in the chat, Brian sets men up for failure. Stop being such a goofball, Brian. Huh? Because I don't want to go down on women? Huh?
Well,
I mean, look, some women, it's going to be a deal breaker for them. However, you have to be a man of principle in today's day and age. And as a man of principle, I will have you know, Devin, is this a man or a woman? That's like a ambiguous, what's the term for it? A gender neutral name there. I suppose a man could be a Devin. You can hide that. But what were we talking about? Sorry.
Misogyny.
Well, if he doesn't like want to go down, I agree with you how we were talking about before about the like the body count stuff. And if he doesn't want to go down, that's totally fine. But the reasons that Mike Davis said for not wanting to go down were very rude and uncalled for.
He also called us dumb bitches too on top of that.
Yep.
So I'm like,
so
it was rude. Like nobody called out Mike Davis like, hey, you're a fucking loser for owning Burger Kings. Like until you said something.
Yeah, it's 200.
Till you
no, that is a lot. Bitches. But I'm like, if you're gonna own a chain, own a better one.
Burger King it's making a
does it really matter
a resurrection.
I mean, if he's bringing in the finances, then why does it matter?
But don't you want to be treated right as well? Like, wouldn't you rather have somebody with like a little bit less money and where you're very happy with them and they're treating you in a respectfully and you both love each other?
Wait, what did you say?
I'm saying, like, he could own 200 Burger Kings and bring in all this money, but you're still going to be disrespected. Like, wouldn't you rather have somebody who, like, respects you and you both love each other? And sure, he may not make as much money. I mean, sure, like, money is definitely something that's, like, important for life, but...
But you're talking about his attitude and what he said and what restaurants he owns and such... As if, you know, like, if you don't want to be with a man like that, then don't be with a man like that. I don't think it really matters what restaurant he owns if you're not planning to be with him anyways.
I wasn't talking...
I was the one that was talking about that.
Yeah, but overall, like, he said what he said. And, I mean, he's very... Obviously, the comments about dumb bitches is not nice. But as for going down on girls, he... has every right to say that.
Keep it, come on, Mike Davis. We gotta keep it respectful. But if it adds to the conversation, you know, in my 3-hour weekly powwows with Mike Davis, he hasn't gone down on a girl since the Clinton administration. Does that change anything in the conversation? Clinton, 2000.
No.
That's 20. That's like 2 decades plus.
No.
Okay. All right. What were we talking about before that? I don't even remember. Someone got interrupted from the TTS. Someone was saying something. Was it you?
We were talking about misogynists.
We weren't talking about massages.
Yeah.
No, but we got over that when we...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I forgot what we were talking. Okay. So... I haven't been able to trigger you guys on that. We need some feminists on the show. I'm just saying, we need some... Is anyone here a feminist? Does anyone identify as a feminist? Oh, man, this is a tough one tonight.
I think
kind of.
I think that feminist kind of gets like conceived in the wrong way. I think being a feminist is more about equality rather than saying like women are so much better than men. Like, no, I think feminists should all be equal.
Equal in what sense?
Like, you just all have like the same...
Economically, politically, legally, in the family. In what sense equal?
I guess economically, and politically, in your family, I think that's up to you. That's your personal life. But when it comes to more of society and like government and things like that, just yeah, equality.
Actually, I remember what we were talking about. We were talking about body count. You wanted to know all the girls' body count. And you said yours was 3, correct?
Yeah. Again.
Again.
Okay. Okay. 3. Okay. Natasha, what's your body count?
I don't speak on my body count.
Okay. Victoria?
I think I spoke about that already. 4.
4. Okay.
I'm not speaking on my body count.
Range?
It's not high.
Less than 10?
Yeah.
Less than 5?
It is 5.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to, just because I am a sex worker, but it's not even that I've had the sex with a lot of people, but I'm not even going to say it because I'm not about to get ripped apart, so it's fine.
You won't get ripped apart.
I
definitely won't get ripped apart.
I definitely would in this chat, I can tell.
No.
Yeah.
They're nice.
No,
I'm
they're
with you,
not.
girl. Not
I can
sharing
tell they
either.
do not like me right now, so it's all good.
They're choir boys.
They don't like any of us. It's okay.
Wait, so you said you're a sex worker. That's a sort of nebulous term because that could mean anywhere from selling feet pics to being a prostitute on the street corner.
Selling feet pics I don't really consider sex work unless you're getting nude and selling feet pictures.
Okay, how about all the way from doing OnlyFans solo content all the way to being a streetwalker?
I do OnlyFans at home amateur content.
Okay, so no prostitution.
Never in my life, no.
Because when I think sex worker, I know it's sort of this umbrella term, catch-all. I think whore, like prostitute, like literally a whore, as in someone who sells sex for money. I'm not using that in the derogatory sense, like literally a whore.
Mm-hmm.
So not no prostitution.
I've never been an escort. I know people who do and who have.
Have you done porn?
Not mainstream, not professionally.
Not like through a company,
Browsers,
but just
anything like that.
with your partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
At home.
Sure. You said 3, right? But so you mentioned you don't want to mention your body count because you're a sex worker. However, your body count, from what it sounds like, has not been inflated due to your sex work.
Well, I make videos with other girls as well.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I suppose I'm more so asking perhaps your male body count. Omit. Still omit.
8.
Oh, okay. 3. And do you?
Not sharing.
No.
Maybe that's my controversial take. Is body count is for you to share with your partner.
Sure.
And
that's totally
it.
fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
What do you want, Brian?
3?
Yes, Brian, 3.
Can you tell everyone
why?
Okay, your last partner. So Nathan was 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your body count's 3. How did you meet Nathan?
We matched on Hinge, and then we had a date planned, and I didn't show up, and then he invited me here, and then after that we kind of just been hanging out ever since.
Okay, but you matched on Hinge. What day of the week was it? Do you remember?
We matched?
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't really matter. But how many days elapsed from the point that you... hold on, I'll come back to that.
A scout in a Bradley super chatted $99.99. Amala is a queen, the rest need learn from her.
Oh, queen.
Thanks. I don't think you guys need to learn anything, but appreciate it.
Okay, so you met up... By the way, a scout in a Bradley. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Okay, so you matched with Nathan on Hinge.
Yes.
Okay. How many days elapsed from the point that you matched with him to when you met up with him?
I think a week and a half.
10 days. Okay. And then you went over to his house at what hour of the night?
It was I think I got there at like 1:30.
1:30 a.m. Okay. 1:30 a.m. Okay. And you went, so you drove to his house.
My friend drove me there.
Your friend drove you. Male or female friend?
Ex-male friend.
A male friend.
Yeah.
At 1 in the morning.
We were at a car meet and I was under
like
car meet.
Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, we were at a car meet and Nathan and Logan FaceTimed me and we're like, hey, do you want to be on the podcast? Come here tonight. We'll drive tomorrow. And so because I was drinking, I couldn't drive. So my friend just drove me there.
In his, what kind of car was it? Suzuki?
It's like a BMW.
BMW. Did it have a spoiler? Because this is relevant.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not friends with him anymore.
But he had a spoiler, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was a car meet, like Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Does anyone know that song from Tokyo Drift? Does anyone know that, like, famous?
I thought it was called Tokyo.
I wonder if you know. You see me, Tokyo. If
yes.
Anybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah. So they drove me there.
I'm being weird tonight.
Whatever.
If you see it, then you mean it. Then you know you have to go. Fast and Furious. Drift, Fast and Furious. Oh shit, Mike Davis
super chatted $99.99.
Oh God.
I sell burgers for a living.
Be nice,
Meanwhile,
Davis.
you bitches sell your roast beef for a living, and for about the same price. So STFU. Black Top can say what she wants, but if given the chance with a real man like myself, she'd dump that degraded cuck who lets another woman around.
Your response to Mike Davis?
Well, for one thing, I was the one who initiated the other woman. So, and we had a very long discussion about it. Yeah, it's all mutual. And the only reason why, like, I don't give a fuck. It's honestly amazing that you have 200 like Burger King franchises. It really doesn't matter. I was honestly just digging at you because you called us bitches. Like, it's really not that serious. Like, if you don't want to take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Like,
there we go.
The Burger King kitchen.
The Burger King kitchen.
Okay, thank you, Mike Davis, for that polite super chat. Okay, so can anyone sing that song with me? By the way,
no.
Does anybody? You guys know it though, right?
With your questions. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so you were at a meet, and was it your male friend? He has a spoiler apparently on his BMW.
Yeah.
Okay. He drove you how far to get to Nathan?
Like an hour and a half.
This guy, okay, do you think this male friend of yours wants to sleep with you?
All of them. So I
all
was
of them
car
want to sleep
group.
with you.
I was on a car group. I'm no longer a part of that group anymore.
You were
because they are simps.
You mean the guy? They were all buying your feet pics, is what you're saying?
No, they just like. They only, you know how guys will be friends with girls because they just want to like hit it. You know, they just like. They think there's a chance when there really isn't, and you've made it very clear there isn't.
Well, from last show, you were saying that you basically use the men for benefits.
Not the.
And you don't sleep with them.
Yeah.
But you know they buy you things.
But not anymore. I don't do that.
They pay
anymore.
for. Oh, that's cap.
I don't do it. No, I really don't. I've dropped all of it. I dropped my whole car group. I dropped everything.
Okay, so you were with a guy who. Okay, a male friend of yours who clearly was he interested in you? This guy who drove you.
Probably.
He drove you an hour and 30 minutes at midnight, basically, to another man's house. That's, Jesus Christ, that's one of the biggest L's I've heard in a while. Drove you, I'm going to revisit that, the poor spoiler simp, I'll call him. So he drove you an hour and a half to Nathan's house, who you matched with on Hinge. So you go to his house.
What? We talked for about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
No, that's not what happens.
That is what happened. We talked and then we had sex.
Well, okay. It sounded like from what you said last time that the point, so you arrive, 1:30 you arrive. It sounded like within 10 minutes you guys were having sex.
No, that's not what I said.
Okay, what was the period of time that elapsed from the time he had his shirt off, greeted you at the door, what was the period of time that elapsed from
Like an hour and a half.
until you had sex with him?
Yes.
Okay. Hour and a half. Body count 3?
Yes.
Wait, but you're not dating him, or like, how does it work?
Are we dating?
Yeah, like.
So.
That was their first time together.
Okay, when it comes to let me explain this because there's been a lot of hate, like Instagram messages and everything. Me and Nathan are not just hooking up with each other. We hang out on the weekends. I go and see him. We go to car meets. We go out to eat. We're building an emotional connection with each other. He has opened up my my mind.
I'm sorry.
Right?
You can't build emotional connection after building a physical one. It's kind of nearly impossible to distinguish the two anymore.
Well, I disagree with that. But I disagree with that.
Because so like I said, me and him did have a conversation before we had sex. And originally, like with Nathan and Logan, they go on these apps, they hook up with girls, whatever. But there's very few that they take seriously. So like with me and Nathan, as long as I do everything that I'm supposed to do, then...
Wait, so you feel like you're entitled to sleep with him and hang out with him because think you're selected for that? It's like a contest for you, and like you almost win it. You're kind of close to the final stage.
No, there's times where we hang out and we don't have sex. It's not like an entitlement. Whenever he wants to do it, if we're feeling it, then we do it. But that's not the overall purpose of like when
What
we
about
hang
what
out.
you want?
I like him. I like him. I feel like he's, like I said, he's definitely opened up my eyes to a lot of things and how things should be. Like I said, I don't work.
Do you want to be in a relationship with him?
Eventually, yes.
So it's a no now.
It's a no right now?
Yeah. Is it a yes or no? I think it's a simple question.
I think that we've only known each other for a little bit. We're still getting to know each other.
How long?
Like 3 or 4 weeks. So we're still getting to know each other. Would I be in a relationship with him right now? I would, yes.
But okay, this originally stemmed from, I don't doubt that you're in a relationship or something with him, and it wasn't just a one-night stand. Mm-hmm. However, the circumstances surrounding your initial meeting with him call into question, I suppose, your claim that your body count is only 3. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible that someone could go over to someone's house at 1:30 a.m., sleep with them 1 to 2 hours later. I'm not saying it's impossible that you can have a low body count under those circumstances. However, it doesn't really match up.
I have been in 2 relationships before, like boyfriends.
Okay.
One was 4 years. The other one was about 2 weeks, but we were talking for like 8 months. So I guess that doesn't really count.
Do I need to do? I gotta do the Larry.
Are you gonna do it?
Should I do the Larry David? I mean, it's
I
just.
I don't know. I mean.
Natasha. Okay.
Can I just say, I would be less concerned about the body count and more concerned that this guy's kind of using you a little bit, because it sounds like you're doing a lot of girlfriend activities as well as engaging in sexual intercourse with him, and he's keeping you there for that, but not giving you the title of being in a relationship with him. I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah. So I get that a lot about people just seeing it as like, oh, he's using her. Nathan's a great guy. I've gotten to know him. He pays for everything when we go out. He invites me out. I hang out with his family. Like, we're building a good relationship with each other. It's just, it takes a little bit of time, because from his past and from my past, there has obviously been a lot of brainwashing from social media, and outliers in that sense. So I'm kind of learning from him and doing what?
Well, I was going to ask, what I want you to finish what you were saying. I want you to say what you're doing, but you said there's a lot of brainwashing and he's teaching you. What is he teaching you? Finish your thought and then tell me what he's teaching you.
I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. He's teaching me like how things should be. Like when it comes to, you know, looking for the right guy to be in a relationship with, and how he should be the provider and then I should be the caregiver in that sense.
I have a question. Sorry, I have a question. Did he make you quit working?
No, not in a sense of like making me. I wanted to because that's how it should be. Because then it gives me more time to like cook him lunch.
I have another question. Why are you doing this to a man that you're not even with? Because you're not even married. You shouldn't be. It shouldn't.
But that's the thing. It shouldn't matter about marriage.
Wait,
when you get married with someone, do you like automatically flip a switch and you're like, all right, now I'm gonna start doing things that I should? Well, no.
But how long have you guys been together-ish? How long have you guys been in the situationship?
Like 3 or 4 weeks, I think.
I don't judge you for it, but I feel like that's a really weird situation, like from an outsider's perspective.
Have you seen this TikTok video, like, and it's been viral all the time, like how the guys know within like 10 seconds of meeting a girl whether they want to date her or not? Or like maybe not 10 seconds, but like a day or two.
Because that's the truth. When like, because if I was how I was before I met Nathan, I would not be a choice for him to be someone he takes seriously.
So you think the definition of relationship and love is that you have to change yourself?
No,
to feed their expectation and perspective of somebody you want to be with?
No, I think that it's up to you. But that's just, for me, like in a traditional sense, that's how it should be.
But if he's claiming to be a traditional man, why isn't he traditionally pursuing you and taking on that role of being your boyfriend and actually courting? That's what because it sounds sort of like a situation where he's getting all the benefits of training and teaching you these things and having you do them for him, which is honestly, I'll say pretty great that he's getting you maybe to stop selling feet pics and doing something that could hurt you later on in life. But he's doing all that without giving you the title that you deserve, having been committed to those tasks.
I don't give him the title either. It's a work in progress. But like it takes time. You don't just start talking to, like, girls base everything off emotions, right? So obviously when you're talking to a guy, like if he gives you those things, right, he gives you the attention, he takes you out, like within, like for most girls in the beginning you're like, dang, I really want to be with this guy already, like you know, and then whereas guys, like it takes a little bit longer for them to be like, oh, hey, I want you, you know, things like that. So he's very patient, and there's been other situations in his past where he has done those things and been taken advantage of, to the point to where now, like, he doesn't stand for, you know, like mistakes. Like for me, like I said, like I did these things because it betters myself. I got off social media. I stopped hanging out with people of the opposite sex. I started taking care of myself. And also taking care of him while he does the same thing for me. Like emotionally, he's there for me. Like I said, we go out and we do things. We go on dates. We have great conversations. We can debate and have honest opinions towards each other. But it is not one-sided. And I mean, I guess unless you're really there and you see it for yourself, then, you know, from the outside looking in, it could be like, hey, she's doing all these things, but he's not giving her that. But I don't expect him to be like, that's my girlfriend. Like, yes, he tells people like, yes, you know, like I still hang out with her, we talk, things like that. But it's building up a good relationship with each other before just automatically saying, hey, we're boyfriend, girlfriend. So
I have a question. What's the difference between what you're doing now and being boyfriend and girlfriend?
That is a good question.
He's fucking other chicks.
But even if we were,
this generation is way too scared of commitment.
Even if we were dating, he would be allowed to do those things.
Be allowed to sleep with other people?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like that's how.
Why are you giving him girlfriend material, like treatment, like, and being a good, like, as you'd say, girlfriend if he's
not a traditional man,
not your
if he's
boyfriend?
Other girls. Wow.
Because he does the boyfriend things.
What boyfriend things?
He financially provides for me. He protects me. He makes sure I'm safe. Things like that, and that's how it is. That's how it is.
I'm with you.
But I mean, like I said, like my role is to, you know, be the feminine one, do those things for him, while his role is to be masculine and do those things.
How old is Nathan?
19.
He's 19.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous. I cannot even.
It honestly does sound like you're
That's
getting
so
a
manipulative,
bit manipulative. That's, yeah, I was also going to say that in a respectful way. I feel like everyone else really spoke.
He thinks
but
he's this like Andrew Tate type of 19-year-old. Like,
hello.
I
feel like everyone here is trying to warn you that this situation is sending off red flags.
Yo, Nate's my boy.
Oh, he was on the pod?
Yeah, he was on the show. Yo, Nate, he's a legend. But you said he's providing for you, but he's 19. What does he do?
Like I said, like when we go out, like I've never had to pay for food or like gas or anything like that. Like when we go out, he provides the financial stability. Like,
what's your in and out order?
I think a number 2 with no tomatoes and no onions and
no onions. The fuck, weirdo. Okay.
But anyways, why do you guys see it as? I mean, if I'm happy and he's happy and we're like, ever since we have started doing this, I have not had like, I have been perfectly fine. Like I said, like I don't have to work if I don't want to, but he does give me the option and I give myself the option. Like, of course I have the choice to work if I want to. And that's up to me.
Let me say what I think everyone's thinking here. I think, and I'll give my take on this. I think that all the girls at the table think that you're brainwashed.
Yeah.
That's perhaps, maybe, I don't know, or being brainwashed. However, I think it's okay if you choose it and he chooses it, if that's what you've both negotiated and agreed on, to have a unilateral, open relationship. It's closed on your end. It's open on his. If you're okay with that, that's fine. I think most men, that's probably something most men can't pull that off, but if they could, would they?
Exactly.
Yes.
If most men could, they would. And this is the thing too about that is like I said earlier, when women have sex with men, or like she was mentioning too, like for us, it's an emotional connection, right? We have sex with a man and then we're like, oh, I want to do it again, or I want to see them some way or somehow. And it just creates a different type of relationship than when a man goes and has sex with a woman, because men don't react based off of emotions, because that's just something that's feminine and they shouldn't. So for them, like they can fuck a girl and be like, whatever, and never talk to them again. So for me, like, sex for him is just sex. It's whatever. And like I said, I'm not having sex with anybody else except for him, because that's my choice and that's how it should be. And like I said, like for him, sex isn't important. It doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
Before dating him, would you agree to this type of relationship, or have you changed your thoughts on this since dating him?
I changed my thoughts on this because of Coach Corey Wayne and 3% Man. Read the book.
But was that prior to dating him, or was that during while dating him, or starting to date him?
That was like when I first met him and Logan.
There was a conversation.
That's
my
question.
But this is the thing too. Like it wasn't like he didn't say like, "Hey, do this." Like I said, it was my free will.
J-Max super chatted $99.99.
Thanks, Mac.
The women here each seem to have self-respect, a brain, and a maternal instinct. Speaking as a father of 5 who has been married for 26 years, please reject popular culture and save yourselves until you find a man worthy of you.
Yo, J Mac, thank you for that $100 super chat. Really appreciate the support, man. Wow, 5 kids. That's quite an achievement, man. Congrats.
I do have a question. Has Nate ever does he talk about like Andrew Tate at all? No, never.
Talks about Coach Corey Wayne.
Who is that? I've never heard of that.
So he introduced you to Coach Corey Wayne.
Him and Logan did, yeah.
What does that man? What does he suggest about relationships?
He teaches men how to be more masculine, and like things like that. Like teaches them how to be more masculine. And he helps them with women not to be like simps and shit. Like how, like you're not gonna want to be with a man who is feminine, unless you're just into that. But you don't want a man who's over here crying to you, bitching to you, like being more feminine than you should be as a female, right? because nobody wants that. And even when you're in a relationship or you get married to a man that's feminine, it's not going to work out because you are supposed to be the feminine one and he is supposed to be masculine. Are you defending him or is he protecting you? Like he is supposed to protect you. He's supposed to provide for you financially while you are supposed to be the loving one, the caring one, and taking care of like the kids, the family, like I said earlier. Yeah. Did you have something?
So yeah, I guess I'm curious though too, like I'm going to be honest, it sounds like you've kind of been groomed to believe this double standard, quote unquote, situationship relationship is okay. And I guess if you're okay with it, but it sounds like you have been manipulated into believing these things, which yeah, it's, I guess, free will, but you know, he definitely gave you these resources on these viewpoints and you're just like kind of like, okay, I agree on this, either because A, the dick is really good, or B, you're very attracted to him and you want this sort of relationship. I don't know who this Nathan guy is, but this is a very double standard situation.
Well, or C, all of the above on that, but didn't you say you were in a polygamous relationship or polyamorous?
For a little bit, yeah, but we weren't, it wasn't like one of us couldn't have sex with anybody else and the other person was open.
But I see that's what I mean is like what
if she doesn't want to? Yeah.
I don't want to have sex with other people because like I said, as a female, I would get that emotional attachment. It would be way more than just sex for me because I am a female and that's how our brains work, off emotions. For a man, it doesn't work that way. So, I mean, I understand, but I think you're, like I said, like I'm not doing it because I don't want to do it. Not because he's telling me.
The ins and outs of your relationship sound fine so long as that's something that you'd agreed upon. Yeah. What I'm curious about is it sounded like you were doing all of these things without him acknowledging the fact that he is in a relationship with you. Mm-hmm. That's what was the red flag for me, that he's getting all of this from you while not acknowledging that you are a main chick or even his girlfriend.
But that's the thing. Yeah, so when he tells people or they ask, like, yes, he will tell them, like, we still see each other. Like I said, ever since we have been seeing each other, he has not had sex with anybody else. And even then, when we've already talked about it, when we start dating, or if we were to start dating, the cheating would be considered building an emotional connection with someone else. So, you know, like meeting the family or talking about feelings or past or childhoods or, you know, like boundaries and stuff, because those girls are it's just a fuck. That's it.
I just have to say that I feel like in most situations, maybe not Nathan, I don't know this man, but by opening that door to him by saying, hey, you can go do this with other girl, that immediately opens the door for him to go and do that behind your back.
But I disagree. We have a good, like, I know, he knows I know. Like, I know he's still on Hinge. Like, I know those things, and I know that he's
still on Hinge.
Yeah,
okay.
That's where him.
You
and
disagree
Logan go.
with?
Yeah, I think sometimes I don't think it's a hard and fast rule on that. I think sometimes actually opening up the floor and allowing for freedom in whatever way that pertains to your relationship is actually a really empowering thing for men, and it makes them feel a deeper connection for you. Whereas them knowing the door is open, they don't need to go through the door. A lot of cheating, I think, comes from the fact that people know the door is closed and they know it's something that they can hide and keep secret, and that's why it's so attractive.
Exactly. Like, there would be more of a chance of him doing it behind my back if I was like, no, you can't do it, right? So, like I said, like, he has not been having sex with other people since we've been talking, right? But he knows the option is there, but he doesn't have a need to do it. Like, there's a difference between rather and could. Like, would he rather have sex with me or would he rather have sex with someone else? He would rather have sex with me. But if he could have sex with someone else, he would, if he had the time. But he doesn't deliberately go out of his way to go see other women. And like I said, it's not an emotional connection. It's literally just a quick fuck and that's it.
But if he did, how would you feel? Would you be okay with that? Right?
We've had the conversation. Like, if you have an emotional connection with someone else and we were dating, then it would be considered like cheating. That's because
but right now it's not.
He doesn't have emotional connections with other women. He, like I said, he hasn't even had sex with someone else.
What about finances though? You said it would be cheating if you had built an emotional connection with someone else. What if he was providing for someone else?
That would still be cheating.
Okay.
That's a part of the emotional connection. Like, if you're Like, if she needs like a plan B or something, then, you know, that's obviously what he's got to do if he's doing that. But
Your thoughts, Natasha?
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say that if you went to go buy her a plan B?
like, if some girl was like, hey, I need that because they're having sex and whatever.
What?
But financially being like, when we go out to eat, he pays, right? If I want like a drink from Starbucks, he pays. Like, anytime we go out, he pays. That is financial stability.
If you accidentally got a girl pregnant and she kept the baby, what would you do?
That is a conversation for a different day.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because it's the same thing. Like, if he got me pregnant, then what, you know? Like,
It's not the same, though. Because you're his girlfriend. You are the one that he's...
I'm not his girlfriend.
But how do you
That's the only part I struggle with, is that you're not the girlfriend and you're doing all this. It's fine. I think there's a lot of things that women tolerate in relationships that other women don't. And if you actually view sex for men as being something that is surface level and superficial, that they can do without engaging their emotions or feeling something for a woman, then maybe that is a playing field that's open in your relationship. I don't think that's really something that needs to be judged too much. But make sure you're in the relationship is my only advice.
The only thing I'm kind of confused about is like I said, like, we've only been talking for like 3 or 4 weeks, and it would be wrong for me to sit here and, you know, act like a completely different person, or, you know, like, not do these things. Because like, when you start talking to a guy, like, if he's an asshole to you, if he, you know, never takes you out to eat, if he never does these things in the beginning, are you gonna be like, yeah, I want this dude as my boyfriend? Like, if he's like talking shit to you or whatever? No. Obviously, you want him to do those things from the beginning. So obviously, I'm gonna present myself in a way of doing these things in the beginning so that he knows what he's getting himself into in the long run when it comes to putting a title on it.
How do you trust him if he invited you at 1 a.m. to his house? Like, how many you girls he can invite any day to his house?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
How do you trust him?
She's saying with how the relationship started, of you going there in the middle of the night, how do you trust that dynamic if he was so open to that moment?
Well, because so originally when I got invited over, it wasn't like to do anything. Like, I had...
You thought you were gonna read books?
Like...
Or talk about nature?
No, so him and Logan had called me, and they were trying to find girls for the podcast. And then they were like, hey, like, you can come stay here at Logan's house, and then we'll drive, because they were supposed to provide like the gas, the food, everything, and they did. So we all drove there together, but that was the only reason, because I had lived an hour and a half away from them. So it was like, hey, come here, we'll drive tomorrow, and that was the original plan.
Why you couldn't just came in the morning, early morning? Why should it be like at 1 a.m.?
Because we left in the morning, and that means I would have to wake up way earlier just to drive almost 2 hours there.
So you feel safe sleeping in somebody else's house?
Yeah, I mean, that's just me though. But I understand, and I can see the judgments, or at least the self opinions. But like I said, if I'm happy and he's happy, and like I said, I'm not doing any of this against my will, okay? He's not putting a gun to my head and saying, you can't do this or you can't do that. By all means, if I want to do it, I can go do it. But I want to be with him, and I want to do those things for him, so I do those things for him.
Speaking of putting a gun to your head, has a guy ever broached the topic of, maybe this is a kink or something, like, has a guy ever wanted to hold a pistol to your head during the act? Oh my God. Or a knife to your throat, for example? Has a guy ever done that? Nope. Proposed that?
No.
What if a guy did? Would you be like, I'm open, or would you be like, that's kind of, it's unloaded?
Skedaddle. I'm gonna have to blast. I gotta get
Mm-hmm.
out of here.
Yeah, I'd be scared.
I would just wonder where that came from. Where did you experience that? Where did that idea cross your mind? Was it a traumatic event? Are you watching too much porn? I think it says more about the person than just a simple kink.
I have a question for all of you.
Yes.
So going back on that, when do you think is the right time for you to start doing things that you would originally do in a relationship? Like
Immediately.
how do you act? So when you start talking to a guy, like how do you personally act?
All Nehru 87 super chatted 15,000 yen. Right now I am kinda change my perspective on the Sailor Moon. All the women there are so sad that the Sailor Moon girl get picked by the alpha guy. There's a different kind of relationship. There's a lot of same relationship like that in Japan, so keep up the good work.
Yo, Al Nero.
Works for it.
Thank you for the 15,000 yen. Holy shit, man. Thank you.
15,000.
Wait, why are you laughing? Hello?
I'm just confused.
Why is it funny?
When you're talking to a guy, you're interested in, how do you act? Like, do you just like not do anything for him? Or like,
I think I would be like nice and cordial, but it would bother me, like personally for me, and this is just me, like I would act like a girlfriend when he's only sleeping with me and I am only sleeping with him. Like, you know, we're like exclusive.
When
like
there's labels.
When there's labels, or like if it wouldn't even honestly have to be labels. Like if I knew, because like I've been in relationships where I've kind of acted like the girlfriend and we were exclusive for like a week or two, and then we went into like the relationship. Like it had to be like a very small amount of time, but like I would not be okay with him personally like acting like a girlfriend and him like having sex with other girls.
But how would someone want you to be their girlfriend? Like, if you don't act like it before.
You're not a car.
I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, like, how should you act then?
You're not a car to test drive. Do you understand that? Like, I don't know, maybe you are. I'm sorry. Like, it's my personal opinion. I'm not a car to test drive. And like, if you want to test drive, you can take other girls to test drive them. But if you want a car, you have to buy a car.
Are we talking about Tokyo Drift again?
We're back. Start singing.
Can I listen to what do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
I understand exactly what you're saying.
I do want to sing really quick for Al Nero, who donated the 15,000 Japanese yen. Will you guys join me in this?
No.
I don't even know the lyrics.
Think of it. We're at congregation. We're at church right now. I want you guys to join me in a prayer. I wonder if you know how they do in Tokyo. If you see it, then you mean it. Then you know you have to go fast and furious. Drift, 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 fast and furious. Drift, drift, drift.
Nope. Anyways.
There it is.
I'm just saying, I just don't understand. How do you act then?
Tough crowd.
Like,
I get what like, I totally get it.
I'm just saying.
Here, I think honestly, immediately, that's when you start doing girlfriend shit. Immediately.
If you're working towards a relationship with someone, how else are you supposed to act? Like, I'm not going to want to be with you if I don't know how you're going to be in a relationship. That's like, if you get married, like all of a sudden you should just start doing marriage stuff just because you're married now. Like, you should.
I get exactly.
Harry Meanwell super chatted $99.99.
Wait, I do have a question.
Oh, thank you. I thought there was going to be.
I know.
Yo, dude, Harry.
Harry
Meanwell. That's a great name. Harry Mean Good. Okay.
Wait, I do have a question. Is he like providing for you financially?
Yeah.
Not just through dates and stuff, but like
I mean,
life-wise.
like there's no.
Is he paying your rent?
No.
I don't pay rent.
Oh, because your Simps pay your rent.
So no. So if you have a dad, right? Your dad teaches you how you should be taken care of by a man.
Yeah.
Right? So my dad provides for me because I am his daughter, just like he provides for my sister, who is also his daughter, and provides for my mom. Okay. Right? So when I'm at home, like if I'm like, hey, like I need money or I need gas, like I can ask my dad, and if they have it, then they will do it for me. Right? Mm-hmm. So it's not only Nathan's responsibility until we get married. Like, obviously, like, how do I put this? So, obviously, like, if we're just dating or we're just talking, then yes, dates should be paid for, things like that, because that is his job. But if I need money elsewhere, like bigger things, then, you know, I would ask for help from my dad. Mm-hmm. Because he's a man. He is my father. You know, he takes care of me. So, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
did you do his laundry?
Who, Nathan?
Yeah. Do you do his laundry? Like, you fold that shit?
But he does mine too. Yeah.
He does yours?
Yeah,
What?
like sometimes I.
You guys don't live together? Why are you?
Sometimes
what?
I leave clothes there, and he'll just throw mine in with his. But I do his clothes. Yeah. You
do his chores. Yeah.
Like
actually, yo, let me put you guys on some game. Here's what you do, boys. She's not going to do the whole laundry, but if she comes over, the first time she comes over, have it already dry, but like ready to be folded, and then send her on a mission to fold your laundry. That's some, and if she does, wifey material. What? But look, I'm a gentleman. I'll do it with her. I'll have all the laundry on my bed, and I'll be like, oh, shoot, I forgot to fold it before you came. Let's fold it together.
I mean, see, like me and him, we cleaned his house together. Like he cleans my clothes when I accidentally leave him there, and I wash his clothes when I'm there. I make the bed. Things
Does he
like
cleans
that.
your house?
He has not been to my house yet because I have not made that decision yet. Like even when I met his family, it was accidental. It wasn't like intentional. And then he did allow it to continue on, and then I built that relationship with his family.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the dynamics of my relationship are very similar to the dynamics of your relationship. I cook, I clean, I do all the nursery things. He provides, he's there. If I need help with work or anything that's going on in my life, I take his guidance on it for the most part. And that's what you have. My only thing was I was just hoping that it was reciprocated, and in the way that you communicate it with words like training or teaching, or I want to make sure I do these things for him because if I don't, there will be some sort of reactionary element to your relationship. That was where it was concerning for me, not necessarily what exactly it is that you're doing.
Okay, I think it's more, let me put it like this. So he, like I said, it was not only him. Like they just showed me this guy, whatever, that they based their lives on. And then I just looked, like they didn't force me to look into it. I looked into it myself. I watched the videos, like what this guy talks about, what he teaches men, and things like that. And I just took from that, and I thought about it, and I used it, you know. But when it comes to him, like I said, the feelings are reciprocated.
Do you make him 2 coffees?
He doesn't drink coffee.
2 coffees.
He doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah, he doesn't drink coffee.
Does this guy teach men that they shouldn't be loyal to their girlfriends? Is that part of it?
So what is loyalty considered to you? So because
being
you're
committed to one individual.
Okay, but that's when you're married. Like so.
No, that's not marriage,
So
honey.
like I said, so emotional connection is different. So your boyfriend, if you have a boyfriend, I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 times he's gonna cheat on you and he's gonna go fuck somebody else.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No, but I have.
Okay, and it obviously didn't work out for a reason.
Yeah,
right?
not the reasons that you're assuming.
I'm not saying that he cheated on you, but I'm just saying obviously something you were doing or something he was doing was wrong.
No, that's not the reason we broke up at all. It was actually religious differences.
Then, like I said, that's on you guys. But majority of the time,
Natasha's a Buddhist.
Majority of the time, I'm just saying, like, loyalty can mean different things to everybody.
That's
like
true.
I said, like, I can live my life this way and it's healthier. And like we mentioned earlier, like, if you're telling somebody they can't do something, majority of the time they're going to go out of their way to do it. And like I said, we have been talking and he has not taken the opportunity to go sleep with someone else.
That's true. And if that works for you, that's fine. But I'm wary of these grown men who are teaching young men that they should not be loyal to their girlfriends or to their wives, you know.
If I'm gonna be honest, this conversation is kind of just going in a circle, and I'm personally, no offense to anyone, especially you, love, but I'm really tired of hearing about it. So, and it's a little, I feel like we need to move on.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, we're gonna move on here. Did you have something, Victoria, that you wanted to add?
About?
I don't know. It sounded like you maybe wanted to jump in on something, but
no, I forgot about what it was.
All right, guys. We're gonna wrap here. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Get some help.
We're gonna wrap here pretty soon, so get your last minute super chats in if you want to. All right, let me do some super chats here. So, I believe we left. Wait, did I? Yo, Mitch McDonald, thank you for the merci beaucoup pour le Canadien 769.99. Merci. By the way, it looks like you're on a boat. Thank you very much. Okay. We have Did we do this one? Yeah, we did. We have Michael Watson here with the 50. Thank you, man. Should men having trouble finding women in the States join the passport bros to find women overseas that would find them attractive and would date them that could lead into marriage? That is a run-on sentence if I ever saw one. Okay. Should men having trouble finding would date them that could lead? Yes. Does the panel want to weigh in on this?
I had a friend who was in this situation and they did get married, and it turned out, I mean, we did try to warn her because a few weeks before they started dating, he was at another party with different friends of ours and asking girls if he could pay them to marry them. And then they got into a relationship, quote unquote. A month later, they got married, and now they're getting a divorce, and he was the most toxic person for her. Her and I ended up not being friends for a while because of it, and then we've come back together, and she was just like, I'm so sorry, like you and your family were just trying to look out for me because we saw the whole thing. I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of a toxic, it can be a toxic situation.
She was a Filipino woman?
No. He was out of the country. He was looking for somebody to marry here to get a passport.
Oh, he was. So, okay, passport bros, just to kind of explain it. It's men who are in typically Western countries, for example, the United States.
Oh, got you.
Who are dissatisfied with the women locally, and they opt to go to South America, Asia, etc., to attempt to find a partner, because what is suggested is that women from these countries are more feminine, they're more attractive, and they're more traditional, and they're less promiscuous.
Gotcha. Okay,
so she was the passport bro. Technically, she went over and got.
Well, she didn't go over. He was here. Yeah. So I completely misunderstood the question. Yeah. So that was my bad.
Yeah. So, by the way, Michael Watson, you're looking very dapper in that suit, sir. I must say, that is, wow. You are honestly, I don't think, given how well put together you look in that photo, I frankly don't think you need to go to Thailand. Just stick it out here. You'll find a chick. You're a handsome dude. But actually, yeah, you should probably leave. Okay. We have, let's see. Thank you, David, Mike Davis. SJTV, thank you for the 50. Are platonic friends of the opposite sex a deal breaker? Ooh, this is a good question. A deal breaker in a committed relationship. By the way, shout out to Amala, fuck, I'm so sorry. I'm being a dickhead.
It's okay.
You can ask the rest of some of the girls who've been here before. I have severe trouble remembering names. Love the work you do at PragerU.
Thank you.
That is from SJTV. San Jose TV? I don't know. What is
really
the
appreciate
SJ?
That.
Yeah, guys, go check out her podcast, Unapologetic. It's on YouTube. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, MySpace.
No.
Get on it. What's going on over there at
we
PragerU?
Just missed MySpace. I'm so sorry.
You PragerU people got to get it together. Get on MySpace, okay?
But what was it? Platonic friends?
Yeah. So let me. I'm just kind of preempting because I think a TTS is about to. Oh, actually, can you pull that one up, Carson? Because it's the Japanese yen one. Just one clarification. So 15,000 Japanese yen is about 110 USD. So all Nero, thank you very much. If you want this to trigger as TTS though, it's kind of complicated, but the conversion is done in Streamlabs. So it has to, even though it might be red, like in the YouTube thing, it has to be converted to 100 USD or more to trigger TTS, but I'll just read it right now really quick. Al Nero 87, thank you for the 10,000 yen. Sorry if I don't know your name, Sailor Moon. Just go to Japan. There are a lot of people in Japan who's have the same relationship like yours, Sailor Moon. They don't judge you like the American woman. Just go live in Japan. Thoughts? Are you going to live in Japan?
I'm not going to live in Japan.
Okay. You do like Asian men though, so maybe? Does he have a shot? Does Al Nero 87 have a shot?
No.
Do you date men who have anime avatars for their YouTube profile pictures as Exhibit A?
Thank you for your chat. That's all.
Niru, I'm coming to Japan. Can we hang out? Okay. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And let me bring it back here to, was it Watson's? No, who's this guy? Okay. Platonic friends of the opposite sex, a deal breaker in a committed relationship. Let's start with Natasha. Go ahead.
That's a hard one, honestly. But when I think of that question, I have to think about like if I consider a married couple, like my parents, both of them find it inappropriate for them to have relationships with people of the opposite sex because they're in committed married relationships. And typically, I don't know, it is kind of hard. But when I do think of a married couple, I do find it like, why should a married man have relationships with just single women? Like, there's really no point for him to have relationships with them unless it's like, just they just see each other in passing or whatever. But I think deep relationships where they're either hanging out alone or not including their partner in these meetings or hangouts, whatever, that's kind of inappropriate. So
Victoria.
I agree with her.
I'm sorry, I was reading. Yeah, I agree.
What was the question?
Wait, what? About the platonic friends.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree.
This one. Platonic friends of the opposite sex, a deal breaker in a relationship.
I would feel really uncomfortable if a guy had like a really, really this is close, this is my best friend.
Female friend.
They were like friends. Like you can have like female friends, but I don't think you should be like, this is my ride or die, like best friend,
Yeah. What about you?
I feel like it all depends. I feel like every situation is different. Obviously, if they're hanging out alone and not including the other partner, that's a big deal breaker. Also, going to the friend of the opposite sex and talking about relationship issues, that is also a big no as well. If you're going to talk about relationship issues with a friend, it should be a friend of the same sex. Just because, that is also inappropriate and could potentially lead open doors or give mixed signals. I don't know. So it really just depends, I guess, on every situation.
He can if he wants to. I choose not to. So.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a deal breaker. It would depend when the friendship was brought about. Was it before I was around? Is it after we started dating? And what are you getting from the friendship that is different from what you're getting out of this relationship? Yeah.
Okay. I think it's an L. Like if she, I can't speak for women. Maybe women have a different view on this. But if she has male friends, and I think it actually is a bit different because I think women, they can have genuine friendships with men. However, I don't think men can have genuine friendships with women because generally speaking, and here's why, because a lot of you, if any of you have male friends, I guarantee you, if you were to text them, let's assume that they're not in a relationship, you're not in a relationship. If you were to text them and say, would you like to hook up? The dude's going to say yes. So just on that alone, if you deep down would be willing to have sex with the person, it's not a good look. Also, it's just the guy's going to want to sleep with you. He's interested. A lot of male friends, they're just either, and especially like you hear this term friend zone, right? Girls friend zone guys that have initially shown a sexual interest in them. So if you have a dude in your friend zone who's your friend, however, the initial way you met him was he had a romantic interest in you, that's another layer to your friendship, and men don't really friend zone women. Like occasionally it happens, but it's usually women who friend zone men. And then it's men who fuck zone women. That's another conversation. But, so also, and just to give an anecdote, I was dating this girl for 2 months, it was 2 or 3 months, and she was living with a guy who was her friend. And she said, we're just roommates, we're just housemates, just friends, whatever. And I'm like, there's some other signs there, but I was like, all right, what's going on? And she's like, listen, like, we're just friends. Like, there's nothing there. Like, we've just known each other for years. We're just friends. We lived like housemates, whatever. So I'm dating her for two months, and she's kind of being a little shifty and shit. I'm like, okay. And then turns out he was in love with her the entire time. And he like at some point, because I was kind of moving in, so to speak, not into their place literally, but we were progressing. He like broaches the hey, I love you. And then she's like, oh, I don't want to lose this great friendship I have. And then she's like, texts me and she's like, by the way, I'm now dating my housemate that's just my friend. So yeah, good times.
What would you say about like friend groups that have guys and girls in it? Like, would you be okay with that?
Friend, I mean, it's kind of iffy. I don't think I have a major issue with it. I think the big thing though is like when you say friend, like, are you, because that could mean like when I think of a friend, I'm thinking like you're hanging out with this person one-on-one.
Oh, I don't.
And there's like no way I'd be cool with my girlfriend one-on-one hanging out with a guy. Even if it is platonic, it's a reputational thing because men care a lot about respect and reputation. So if one of my buddies say I'm trying to work on a business deal with somebody and my friend or this business connection sees, maybe he knows my girlfriend. I know this is a very hypothetical scenario, sees my girlfriend alone with another guy, that is going to potentially impact a business deal that I would otherwise close on or something. It's just, or just if it's remove the business component from it. If it's just one of my male friends and they see me, excuse me, getting tongue tied here, it's a bit late. If they see my girlfriend with another guy, I lose respect in my friend's eyes because they're like, what's going on?
Okay, yeah. I meant like if you all hang out as a group, like you're not hanging out with them one-on-one, but like he's like part of your friend group.
Is she partying? Because I don't date chicks who party.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Like I was
That's
just
another
like,
good conversation we can have really quick.
You think about like, I don't know, like the show Friends, how they're all friends, or like something like that.
Yeah.
Like they just all hang out. Like
that's fine. For me, I don't really care. Maybe other guys have an issue with it. I'd say that's fine. But if you're hanging out like one-on-one,
yeah.
and if you're texting like male friend, that is a little of an eyebrow raise for me. So, and then like, I remember once we had on the show, a girl said, oh yeah, I've got a male friend, and I would like, I go to his house alone. And like, even if you genuinely are friends, it's the appearance of impropriety. It just, it doesn't look good. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I think male friends are no good. But like friend group, me personally, I wouldn't care, but some other guys may have an issue with it. So yeah.
What if a friend is like far away?
Have you fucked him?
No.
I mean,
so
you're a pen pal with a male?
Not like pen pal, but like I was in Germany. We met in Germany. We went to a couple of dates, but he moved to another place.
You went on a couple dates.
Y'all went on a couple dates. Majority of the time when females are friends with guys and in a relationship, whenever something goes wrong with that guy, they always feel the need to go to their guy friends and be like, hey, like, can you, like, because to them, they're like, oh, because you're a guy, you can help me, like, try to understand what's wrong with my boyfriend or why he's thinking like that, or maybe like, give me advice on what I should do because you're another guy. But in all reality, you shouldn't be going to another man about your man whatsoever. But a lot of the times, girls with male friends will always go to those guys while they're in relationships.
I mean, I don't talk about my relationship with anybody, but what I'm saying is that it's just like he's far away. He's in Germany and I live in States. There's no way. There's no competition per se. Like, you can't compete with like somebody I have right here, right now in any way.
You can compete emotionally.
Yeah, emotionally.
Yeah.
Like I said, like
Good
you
point.
can text him, you can call him, you guys can go back and forth. Like you can ask him for, like, it doesn't matter if you see him in person or not. You can, like, you still had a past with him, so that emotional connection could still be there to where you feel you can go and ask him these questions about your relationship.
Here, let me ask you, let's say, would you have an issue with a guy who, let's say he's in San Francisco and he has he has an ex-girlfriend in LA who he's still texting.
But like ex-girlfriend is different if like you've been in a long-term relationship.
Well, you said
with
you
somebody.
went on a couple dates with the
Yeah,
guy.
I've been on a couple dates. It's like
Did you guys have sex?
No.
Well,
if you went on a couple dates, he was interested in you
Yeah, you
and
guys
wanted
were
to see it through further. So
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
now there's no
intention
point,
was-
and that's why I'm like, but he kind of like still
what?
keeping.
So you only went on 3 dates.
And he moved to another, so we might. That's why we never went more because he moved.
Okay, so it's there is no punctuation mark on your relationship.
No.
This is if you were to in the future go to Germany or you guys were to connect somewhere, would dating continue?
I don't know. It's not up to me.
See
that. Well, it's just
red
already-
flag on red
Yeah.
flag.
Red flag. You wouldn't know. I'm friends
No
with this
way.
guy too. We're like really good friends. We've been friends for 5 years, and we've been both single or both in relationships, and absolutely nothing has happened. And like, I don't feel like either of us want to date each other. Like, and I don't know. When you thought about like I've seen him friend zone other girls, so like maybe he's just the type of guy that like will be friends with girls, but that's like one relationship. I agree, but that's like one relationship that I think like I'll have for a long time, and I don't think either of us want to fuck each other. Like, it's been 5 years. Like, one of us would have made a move, you know?
Sometimes men that are simps will literally wait until the opportunity that they get to have any chance where, you know, you want to go cry on their shoulder, all of a sudden you don't feel good, oh, my boyfriend dumped me. Like, that's when they take their chance, and some of them do not care how long it takes. They will be there until the time is right.
Are you attracted to him?
No.
Is he attracted to you?
No.
So it's just friends.
Just friends.
Why is he not attracted?
Yeah.
Like,
and how did you like become friends? Curious.
We became friends during class.
Okay.
I don't know. We just like both kind of got close to each other, but I've never like found him like attractive in any way. Like, I've never like emotionally felt like I liked him or like physically was attracted to him.
I just feel like it's not normal typically for guys to hang out with girls that they're not attracted to in some way. Like, how did you even get introduced to his life without him being somewhat attracted to who you were?
He can always tell you that he doesn't feel that way, but there's no reason for him to stick around for that long if there's no intention whatsoever.
Wait.
Emotionally, physically.
Let's try something. Can you text him right now? Where does he live?
He's probably sleeping. He goes to school in Massachusetts.
Oh, so he's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's try. Text him right now and say, hey, I'm in Boston. I need you. Do you want... This is a tough one because I don't know how that's going to... Basically say, hey, do you want to hook up?
No.
Come on.
No.
And you can tell him
He's
after.
a girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, never mind.
He's had like multiple girls. I don't want to like. I'm not
Even
starting
better.
beef
Even
with,
better.
Even better.
Even better. Stirring the pot.
Yeah.
Do it! Just
No.
No.
Never mind.
I'm gonna cause so many problems for myself.
Never mind.
yesterday.
So you're afraid he's gonna say yes?
No. What I'm afraid of, I know he's going to say no, but then his girlfriend's gonna come after me and be like, "What the fuck are
Yeah,
you
if he's got a
doing?" And
girlfriend.
I'm gonna be like, "I was on a podcast. Like, sorry."
Don't trip. The interesting thing is, though, earlier you brought up friends, right? Oh, friend group, right? They all fucked each other, basically.
Oh, in
Oh, that
France?
is true. Yeah, you have a good point there.
Ross was with
Rachel?
Rachel. And then, Joey was with Rachel and Phoebe. Wait, hold
Phoebe.
on. I'm trying to fucking...
Phoebe.
it's
They never
been a minute.
fucked. They were never
Wait.
together.
Who's the one who's kind of...
Rachel was with. Okay, I'm gonna
Rachel was with Ross and
Joey. Chandler was with Monica.
Just Monica.
Just Monica. Phoebe was with no one.
Phoebe was with no one. Although there was a moment. There's been
Yeah,
a few
there
couple
was a few
moments with
moments.
Phoebe. All right.
So I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess you're right. In that sense.
That's a whole shit show in a certain way. But
yeah.
anyways, let's move on to the next super chat here. We have let's see. Yo, Martin, thank you for the 50. Notice how the other girls are criticizing her for putting her best foot forward to try and be the best supportive partner she can for Nathan. Why would a man trust that a woman will have relationship skills after the commitment? You ladies have it backwards. Your response.
I think that those are things that you can discuss. I'm not upset about the dynamic of her relationship whatsoever. Again, just making sure it's a relationship. That's literally it.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are misunderstanding, or maybe they just don't want to live their lives that way, and that's them. Like I said, I am more feminine and he is more masculine, and that's how our relationship is, and that's how it works, and it is fair on both sides. So that's that.
Okay. All right, we have Dakota B here. Thank you, man. I would disagree with Mike Davis. I understand it's a bit emasculating, but from my personal experience, going down on a girl is a great way to play with a woman's head and control her if you do it right. That's an interesting take there. You got any response to this, guys?
Energy.
I mean, facts. If a guy can give good head, it's
alpha.
It's pretty hot, and it is alpha energy. I do respect it. And honestly, the men that I've dated have usually, except for that one guy I was hooking up with for a little bit, have usually enjoyed going down on a woman. So I haven't really had that much of an issue, except for that one guy. I don't know.
Okay, we have Belle here. Thank you for the 50, man. Appreciate it. I'm so glad the girls here are trying to save her from a clearly future abusive relationship. A 3 to 4 week relationship. Honey, you need to run. This guy is toxic AF. Your response?
My response is, like I said, if I didn't, no one is forcing me to do anything. I am doing these things because it makes me happy, because I like it, because like I said, I've looked into everything, and that's how I feel comfortable. And that's, if I want to do it, then that's fine. Like I said, if he was forcing me, then that would be something else.
Word. Okay. Carson, can you pull up the Streamlabs tab? We have one here from Streamlabs. Andy Mason, thank you for the 50. I can trigger you fake trad wives, 22M with 21 girlfriend of 7 years. Wait, so you start dating at 15? Okay. I'm in 100% control. Clothes, devices, whereabouts. Hoe phase at 20 and didn't listen for a year, but we're back. You think we'll last forever now? Would you girls accept child restrictions for a dominant man?
Child restrictions is where that comment got a little weird. It's a little weird.
So would you, if he's a dominant man, would you accept restrictions such as what you can wear, I suppose checking your devices and letting him know where you are?
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because he is the man. He is the supporter. Like, he is protecting me, taking care of me. I mean, like, Nathan has full access to my phone. If he doesn't like what I'm wearing, then, you know, like I said, I am a representation of him.
But you're not his girlfriend. In what way you're his representation?
This goes back to the main thing of how the fuck are you supposed to act when you start talking to a guy and then all of a sudden start acting like a girlfriend just because he calls you his girlfriend? How's he supposed to know what he's getting into if you don't act like that in the beginning?
So basically, you were acting like his girlfriend, and you just he just fucks you. That's what happens here.
No, like I said earlier, we do not have sex all the time. Like I said, we hung out earlier today. We hung out yesterday. We did not have sex. And so, well, because we went to a car meet.
I thought you were done with the car meets.
I only go with him.
Do you have access to his phone as well?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, he doesn't care. Like, he has nothing to hide. I know. Okay. Like, we have a good, honest, communicating, relationship. And like I said, car meet, we go to car meets with each other because if I want to do those things, we do them together.
Does Nathan have a spoiler on his car?
Yeah.
I knew it. Nathan. Okay. It's got a spoiler. Huh. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here, can you do the Tokyo Drift song? Can you?
No.
Sing?
Why do you want?
I don't know. You keep going to these car meets when that's the theme song of car meets. It's the Tokyo Drift.
Maybe when you go to drift shows, but car meets are just cars.
For sure.
Do it yourself.
For sure. Okay. So. Would you were shaking your head in terms of the tolerating, him kind of saying what he wants you to wear, checking your devices, and knowing where your whereabouts. But he's dominant.
I would be fine with the whereabouts and checking the devices as long as I can.
Into the mic.
Sorry, I would be fine with checking like the whereabouts and like checking the devices, as long as I can do the same. But with clothes, I feel like I wouldn't necessarily like dress in a way that would be trying to disrespect him. And I feel like it's like also like it's kind of it's like that's what I want to wear, and like I'm not trying to offend you, and like everybody knows that like I'm yours, but you should also respect my choices as well. Like I want to give you respect, but you should also be giving me respect. Like, I'm not gonna, like, if I'm like, I'm not gonna go and wear something that's like totally absurd, but like, it's more in the way that it's like, I don't know. I have a problem when guys are like, yeah, but like they'll be looking at you, and it's kind of like I don't know, like you go to bars and guys hit on you anyway, no matter what you're wearing. So it's like, why does it matter as much?
You said you were in a long distance relationship, correct?
Yeah.
Were you going out to parties and clubs and bars while you were in that relationship?
Yeah. I mean, he was there for most of the time. Like, he was there with me.
But isn't he in LA?
Yeah, but like we would see each other like almost every weekend. Like he'd come up here every other weekend.
You go to UCSB?
Yes.
UCSB is a party school?
Yes.
He was coming. So how often do you party? Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, not usually every like all 3 days, but like
okay, every like Friday, Saturday.
Probably yeah, probably like 2. Yeah.
Okay. He was there for all of those?
Almost all. He would come, yeah. Yeah, he would probably come like Thursday and he would probably come Friday and stay through.
How many times would he come?
Sunday. He would come every other week, and then I would go to LA every other weekend.
Okay.
But I feel like if he was like with me, or even if he wasn't with me, it's kind of like I'm not pursuing any other guys. I'm just like wearing what I want to wear, and most of the time I felt like I wasn't wearing anything really promiscuous.
Wait, he went out with you to party?
Yeah.
That's a no. That's a no.
No.
Why?
It's just.
Do you think you should be partying and going out if you're in a relationship?
If he's
like,
with
I'm
me,
asking
yeah.
everybody.
I don't see like the. I mean, it's not like we go out like every other time he was here. Like if he was here and he's like, oh, I don't want to go out, I'd be like, yeah, let's stay in and like watch a movie or something. But like, or like, let's go to dinner. But like, if I wanted to party, I'm 19. Like,
yeah.
When am I like, yeah, it's like I don't want to be doing it when I'm like 30 years old or like maybe younger. Like, I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah, I was just asking like opinion. I wasn't trying to like argue or anything. I was just asking. Like, I was actually asking everybody. Like, do you guys think that when you're in a relationship, that not together but separately, like, do you think you should be going out and partying while you're in a relationship?
No.
Like
Probably
even
not.
together?
No.
Say it louder, Natasha. Say it with your chest.
No.
Victoria. Say it with your chest.
What do you mean by partying?
Like, it's the same
Going
thing.
to bars.
What if I play
So if you have guy friends,
and that's my party?
When
if
I
you
say
have guy
party,
friends, things
like
that. Like
when I say
clubbing.
party, I mean like a house party, like a college party.
Okay, no.
I mean like clubbing. Like, do you
Not
go
like
clubbing?
a birthday party where
not
it's
like a birthday
like
party,
a
but like
child's
clubbing,
birthday party.
like
That's
clubbing,
not what I'm
house
talking about.
parties, college parties. Like,
Yep.
do you think you should be doing those things while you're in a relationship?
I never done them, so I don't know what to say about this question. But
You've never gone to a bar? How old are you?
Okay,
You're
so
20?
if you have a boyfriend, right?
Oh.
yeah.
And like you're at home whenever you guys don't have plans, and he texts you at like 10, 11 p.m. and he's like, hey, I'm going out to this party. Like, would you be like, okay?
He can go wherever he wants.
And would you go out and party if you
No,
had a
I go to
boyfriend?
sleep around 11. So,
So you wouldn't party?
no.
Okay.
Just curious, you said you've partied, like gone out with your boyfriend quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
And you have a fake ID, right? Wait, that's how you met? Wait, you met him at a...
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
met,
at
like,
the Wildcat. Okay. How old is he?
He's 23.
He's... Oh, but this is your ex-boyfriend. You're single now, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay, he's 23.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys would go out together and party.
Yeah.
Was it a friend group? Or
It was mostly like in a friend group, like with my friend group or his friend group.
Did you ever witness him get into any fights while you guys were out?
No.
No fights?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, my recommendation to men is you typically don't want to go out with either female friends or your girlfriend.
I'm normally like, if I'm like
A little closer to the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like if I'm with him, like I'm not really like talking to any other guys, or if somebody talks to me,
Doesn't
I
matter.
like keep it like short and then go back, or I'm talking to like that guy with him. I don't.
Well, it doesn't matter because like when you're in these venues, like there's drunk idiots, and like if these drunk idiots say or do something inappropriate, you're going to look to your boyfriend to potentially intervene. Or if the drunk idiot is especially belligerent, he's going to probably look for trouble with your boyfriend. I can't count the amount of times I've seen guys in Isla Vista, or I've seen guys at bars or I don't really go to bars and clubs, but that speaks to how frequently I see street fights that are outside the bars, in the bars, and then just at parties. It often involves some sort of conflict, like something relating to something happening with a girl. Mm-hmm. So if some drunk idiot, and it's not your fault, but if you have to realize what happens in these venues, if some drunk idiot says something to you rude or disrespectful, you're either going to look to your boyfriend to be like, shut the fuck up, like put that other guy in his place, or if you're with a masculine woman, she's going to say something to that guy and sort of escalate it. And then that guy is going to see, okay, she's with the guy. You know, a lot of guys are not going to hit a girl. However, if he's really drunk, belligerent, he's going to see that you're with a boyfriend. I know it hasn't happened to you, but like this, it's just more me being cautious and vigilant. A lot of girls, either female friends or girlfriends, will get their boyfriends fucked up. Like, because, and I'm not saying it's the women's fault, but it is a bit of a liability to go out to these venues with female friends, especially if they're like loud and more masculine.
Okay. I don't know if I've never thought about it that way.
You've never seen a street fight in IV? It's like every weekend.
Well, yeah, I usually like just go to my friends' houses and stuff like that. So like
sure.
normally I know all the people and they know that I
Sure.
have a boyfriend. Like I'm not like partying where it's like meeting a bunch of new people and like talking to, it's mostly like drinking with my friends or stuff like that. And if I am going to bars, it was always with him. Like I wasn't going by myself. Like they would all know that I have a boyfriend and like, or he'd be there. Like it
Sure.
wasn't like, I'm like, let's go stroll DP and like get into whatever party I can. Like if I didn't have
Sure.
anything to do, I'd stay in. But
Okay.
yeah, no, I understand your point. I don't know if I have anything to say back because I've never really thought about
went
it.
on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah, I've
but,
never really thought about it like that.
Yeah.
And you know,
well, most people don't think about their security in these sorts of situations, but so I do want to keep it moving though. I'm trying to remember what the original question was. Victoria.
Should people party?
Yes.
Well, like, no, yeah. Yes, I answered already.
Okay. You okay? Is that cup doing all right? Okay. Answer, Natasha.
To the question?
Yeah.
I already answered. I said no, they should not.
You did? Oh, okay.
Oh, we went that one.
Got it. Okay. Let me do the soup chats and then we're going to wrap. We have Salzik SKAED. I don't know. Does anyone know what currency this is?
Abu Dhabi.
Is it?
Yeah, Dubai currency.
Well, hey, Salzik. Thank you, man. Appreciate it for the 185 there. Mike Davis, Dakota has no room to insert himself in the conversation since a neckbeard like himself. Talking about pleasing women is like a janitor trying to pilot a plane. I could keep these tips to myself, but I'm trying to help the young lads fighting World War III or IV.
Yeah, sorry. Where was
Thank you, Mike Davis. Okay. Anyone final thought here before we wrap the show? Final thoughts? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Natasha, I know you want to say something.
No. The only thing someone, he put up a super chat that someone was like, Natasha, I'm Buddhist too. I'm not Buddhist. Okay, that was a joke. I'm not Buddhist.
Just don't be ashamed of your religion. Don't be ashamed. Okay. Anyone final thought? Final thought?
Yeah, I have been paying attention to the chat during this whole podcast just because I'm just curious. Yeah. I'm sorry that a lot of you haven't really liked my outlook on things. It's all good though. I feel like it would be different if there was a little bit more context to certain things that I was saying too. And I feel like people took a lot of things out of context, not just me, but other things that other girls were saying. Yeah, obviously we only have a short amount of time on the podcast, but yeah, it's all good. Just, yeah.
Okay. Dakota? I think he did a couple super chats maybe. Yeah. Oh, okay. Amala, right? Did I say it right this time?
Yeah.
Amala.
Yeah, you did.
It's right this time?
Perfect.
Guys, please go check out her podcast on YouTube, Spotify, MySpace, and all the other streaming platforms. And do you have another channel, or is it just do you have 2 channels, or just? Just
the one, Amala Ekpunobi, unapologetic.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'd love to be back, and
I'll get you
get me somebody combative.
I'll get you like a little different panel next time. It just that was the way the.
See, I thought me and her were finna go at it, but then,
no.
But then
okay,
we
5
actually
minutes.
agreed. No,
go
we
at
actually
it.
agreed.
Yeah, no, we have nothing
I
to
was
go at about.
Surprised. I was actually really surprised that like she agreed.
So why did you think I was gonna come at you?
Well, because you have a podcast.
Oh, okay. She's discriminating.
So you thought I was gonna be like Drew or something.
I've seen some of the women on here who have podcasts, and I think the pregnant lady. That day I was supposed to come. What's her name?
Allie?
Allie, yeah.
Yeah.
So some of the things she was saying, I felt like I could have picked a fight with.
Oh.
But
well, you picked a fight last show that you were on.
Yeah.
And you said you were disappointed with the talent. Yeah, you said you were disappointed with the talent. So do you want to talk shit? What's final
I mean,
shit
it's different
talk?
with that panel. There was girls who were literally out of their mind talking about I'm a 10. I mean, nobody here. I mean, she's pretty. They're all stop. I'm not gonna.
Come on.
God damn it.
A little fight at the end of the show?
You want me to get jumped in the parking lot.
Cool.
Anyways, yeah, they're all pretty cool. I mean, some of them could use some work.
The fuck?
Certain opinions and certain.
They could use some work?
Yeah, but they probably think the same about me too. So, I mean, that's that.
Huh. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Thank you to everyone who super chats and supports the show. Big thank you to the wonderful panel tonight. Thanks to all our chat mods. Thank you to Chaz, based Chaz. Thank you, man. Any women who are short, my DMs are open, at BD_Atlas. Guys, we will be live again Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. I have a very, very interesting guest coming on Tuesday. He's recently made some interesting statements. So be sure to tune in Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm also doing a one-on-one interview with him, so that'll probably be at about 1. It's tentative, but around 1 or 2 p.m. interview with him. Then he's going to be on the Dating Talk podcast. And I think there was one last thing here. I'm slipping my mind. Thanks to the panel, the chat mods, Jazz. I think that's it. Anyways, guys, yeah, we'll be live again Tuesday. We will see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a good night. And yeah,